Hello, everybody, and welcome to Weekly Modern here at the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. Round one, the return. We're still here in what I'm calling a little bit of that magical Christmas land. We're in Unbanned Seasons 4 Modern. Dom Striker alongside May. Hi, May.
Hi.
And we have Alex Luke here on the left side. And like I said, it's time to celebrate some unbans. And the one that folks clamored for the most and the one that has underperformed the most is Twin, baby.
Has anybody claimed that ticks the 100 Moto ticks
Oh,
bounty?
the Twinless Twin bounty?
Yeah.
I believe no one has claimed the bounty, but I have seen people starting to put Twin in their sideboard while playing events.
Did you also see that Savage Knuckleblade got a 5-0?
I heard about the everyone Magic's healed. If Dingo can stream for 3 days straight just to put Savage Knuckleblade in a 5-0, you can do whatever you would like as well.
Yeah, just play Eldrazi, but put 4 Savage Knuckleblade in your deck. You
Totally
can cast it off your not your signets, the better signets.
You better talisman.
Talismans, that's the one.
We've got the wonderful also Michael Ryan here on the right side playing. We're labeling Demir Persist. It's kind of hard to put into a box what he's doing here. We're going to look at cards like Tameo, Oculus, Archon, Persist. This was kind of a Grixis shell when it started gaining its popularity. The mana wasn't quite working. Mike wasn't feeling the red cards. Faithless Looting, I don't need it. And back to straight Demir.
It is really funny that the Demir deck was like, oh, it's going to get so much better with Faithless Looting, and then it's better to just have Bowmasters and Harbinger in your deck, which is, I mean, I love it. The deck is
Yes.
better when you play a Merfolk, obviously.
Oh, right, of course.
I'm here for this.
Well, if it's got a Merfolk or an Eyeball, Mason. Those are the rules now.
I love the Eyeball. Eyeball is so good right now.
I would agree, and Mike is gonna also agree with you most likely.
Yeah, deck to beat.
Oh.
Demir Eyeball. Or Frogball.
Oh, Frogball's good.
Frogulus. Froculus is a word that I've heard thrown around.
I can't say that.
Okay, so we're considering Thought Scour.
Well, Thought Scour, of course. You got to get as many cards in the bin as possible, like that Charter Course.
Is that what that? Okay, Charter Course.
So I was talking to Mike, trying to figure out like what's in the spot where the lootings were, and he said, "I'm just playing Charter Course."
I mean, why not? It works in Standard
It
with
does-
Oculus, no
you-
less.
Same plan. They don't have an Archon of Cruelty.
Here we
but
go. Yeah,
Bing.
Bing. I think this is going to meet a counterspell.
Yes. The hard thing is that
Yep, there it is.
Alex Luke's is playing truly an homage to when Twin actually was popular. We're looking at like blue-red, kind of a counter burn tempo-y with so far he has cast Bolt and Counterspell. And he's most likely going to untap and play this Deceiver Exarch. Like,
No, it's an expressive. Oh no, that's Flame of Anor.
that's Flame of Anor because of all the wizards.
Oh no, you're right. Including Tameo is the flip card.
Yes, Alex Luke has Tameo, Wizard, Thundertrap Trainer, Wizard,
Wizard.
Deceiver Exarch, Wizard. So that's
Pestermite.
Rogue.
Yeah,
Unplayable.
I tricked you.
Pestermite has not been seen.
Yeah, we don't know. Well, but Pestermite. What's going? Oh, the life total.
Little
Okay.
scooch. We got so the folks can play along at
Oh,
home.
Exarch is a cleric. It's not a wizard.
What? Oh, it's a Phyrexian.
It's a Phyrexian cleric.
What?
I think Kai was telling me that the other day, and I was like, no way, it's not a wizard.
Who's it healing? And cleric is not a blue creature type. This is ridiculous. Okay,
Yeah.
persist on the stack.
Persist on the stack, targeting.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just cleric. Now that's the old school raw version before all of them got labeled Phyrexians. It technically gets 2 types.
I think a 4/4 Oculus is still good.
It still makes 2/2s.
It still makes 2/2s that could flip up into 5/5s.
More Oculus.
Yeah, whenever you manifest dread and you get the another Oculus underneath, it feels like Splinter Twin. Honestly,
Mwah. Magic players, we love nothing more than A plus B is this Splinter Twin, but now we have to pair it up against people actually playing Splinter Twin.
actual Splinter Twin. So we're leaving Snapcaster on top, so we have access to Lightning Bolt.
Again,
Wait,
can we talk about the old school nostalgia bleeding off Alex's deck of, oh yeah, Snapcaster Mage? That's back in my Twin deck.
what's going on here?
Whoops.
Oh, you don't have to show your opponent.
But Mike receiving an incredible Manifest Dread of being able to bin Archon of Cruelty and face down a frog with 2 mana available.
That's nuts, actually. That's Splinter Twin.
Yeah, well, everything Mike does, we will refer to as Splinter Twin, and everything Alex says, we will not refer to as Splinter Twin.
But the thing is, like, you could flip up your frog and manifest or persist your Archon and still die to Deceiver Splinter Twin off the top.
Yeah. I've also been playing some Twin, and there really is just the certain feeling you get of your opponent passing, and you go, flash this in, and they go, and you're like, yeah, I do, I have it.
Okay, so we're going to be casting Flame. 2 modes here.
Yes, Alex is doing this now to get both modes out of the flame before the push deals with his Tameo.
Oh, no, we're getting no modes.
Hardcast Force.
Hardcast Force and Negation.
And if I'm Mike, I'm happy to be trading with Alex's mana because it means he's not putting Twin into play.
Right.
Right? Every time that Alex is spending 3+ mana on his own turn means a turn that he is not putting Deceiver Exarch into play yet. And now here comes the Oculus and the Frog, a rumbling.
Rumbling for 5. No discards to the Frog. We like all the cards in our hand.
Alex going down to 12. Bloodstone Mirana pass. Mike remembering immediately. Face down, hitting the bin is an unearth.
Yeah.
Past that stage, everything's in play now.
Yeah, everything's
right?
already in play. Flame of Anor, number 2. We do have Snapcaster.
Ooh, okay, so
So
Alex.
Snap Counterspell
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
unlocked.
Back. It's back, everybody. Again, hugely nostalgic for a lot of players who have been asking for Twin's return, and some folks are playing different versions of Twin. Right? There's very popular Tarmo Twin versions going around. I've been playing NRG Twin. Alex is playing what I feel is the most comparable to what Twin was before it left us.
Yeah, is it Twin?
Is it?
Is it cards?
It is.
Is it cards and Splinter Twin?
Is it cards and Splinter
That's
Twin?
a Splinter Twin situation.
Is it cards and Splinter Twin?
Yeah.
Is a Splinter Twin situation.
Yeah.
Is everyone tired of the joke yet? I hope not.
No, they won't be. I mean, last time I said that 2 Faithless Looting decks was a mirror match.
That's true. That's true. It's up from here.
This is a lot less ridiculous.
Alex flashing in a Snapcaster before blocking, choosing Lightning Bolt, bolting the 2/2.
Yep, it was a Force of Negation.
Force of Negation.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're never killing the frog. I guess we're just gonna force Michael to discard a card because you're not trading a frog
Now,
for Snapcaster Mage.
Mike has, I believe, 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So 3 cards discarded would have been a 4/5 frog.
Mm-hmm.
So if Alex flashed in Snapcaster, chose Bolt, and then asked to move to blockers, if he was allowed to block, he could have traded those 2 cards.
He could have
for the
traded
frog.
them.
That's the hard part, is the frog math of how big can it get. And sometimes it's the little timing things of like asking for permission to go to blockers, because once you get that block in, well, now the math changes. That's 2 more damage.
So we've got a Lightning Bolt, Flame of Anor, and the Cleric
for Alex's hand. So,
yep. So we survive, right? We're in blocking mode here.
If you're Alex,
no, you can.
Oh yeah, before you attack,
Yeah,
before you attack.
Before friends, let's hold on. Let's get that Oculus.
Oh,
nope, never mind.
Just kidding. Magic on Chicago promo counterspell. Get it out of here.
So we're now dead.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on board, but the Bolt's gonna try to trade for the 2/2.
Oh, do we have another counterspell?
Well, or does Mike just have 2 cards to discard?
No, he's just got another counterspell.
Hardcast Force. Say goodbye to Exodia. Again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points in play exactly.
Yep.
Remember, the counter on the frog is a plus. The counter on the Oculus is a minus.
Oh, that's a good point.
But this is 8.
Right, it's 8. Yeah. And we had an extra card to the hand. We could have discarded to the frog. We could have discarded the cards to the frog instead of countering the spells. We could have let our 2/2 die.
Yes, I think Mike playing possibly the safest way possible of countering the spell, because even though Alex Luke only has 1 card remaining in hand, it's not worth it to find out what that card is, right? So just counter what they do have. Make sure to just keep your actual card in hand. And
Blood Moon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're coming in.
Did you see Alex Luke also had actual factual old school 5 mana Teferi the Creature in the sideboard?
Wait. No, he did not.
I think the plan here with this twin deck is sometimes I'm twin and sometimes I'm blue moon.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
So Snapcaster out. Looks like we're
Tamios
trimming.
are going.
We trimmed one lightning bolt at least. We
Yeah.
just trimming a bunch of cards.
I would say for Alex Lucas, we're taking a beautiful
Oh.
look here at this deck list. A card such as Lightning Bolt might not be the best in this scenario. And cards on the board, like I said, Teferi, Mage of Zalfir. There's some Consigned Memories, Meltdowns, Pyroclasms, Soul Guide Lantern, and Blood Moon.
So we know 2 lanterns came in, 3 blood moons came in. So we're going for the blue moon. Lock you out of all your spells until maybe we can start doing something.
The hard part is Michael Ryan playing blue-black persist is not playing full Grixis and isn't kind of having a very muddy mana base and might instead be playing their own moon style effects, possibly with a Harbinger of the Seas, right? So it's hard because Alex goes, I'm going to bring this in, but is it going to be as effective as one could wish?
We only have 3 basics. And the moon effect that Michael has in the Harbinger is a lot more beneficial because you can cast your Oculuses from your non-basic lands. But if your non-basic lands are mountains, you're not casting Oculus.
Not casting Oculus that way. So options, we're looking at a beautiful example here from Gendrick. From the Chally. Yeah, they've been doing pretty well lately. There's a lot of this Demir Murktide-esque strategy picking up for folks. We're looking at some examples. Remember, also, Michael has the Archon Persist package built into all of this as well. But Demir cards are Demir cards, right? So that means some sideboard options are things like Harbingers. Harbinger is also a good unearth and persist target. So it makes sense if you have it. Now is the time to try it out. Their own copies of Consigned Memory, Stern Scoldings, Thoughtseizes, Disputes. Dispute is a big one that if it's floating between either of these deck lists, we know not Alex's. But if Mike has it, it's very helpful to trade your 1 mana for, I don't know, Deceiver Exarch or something, right?
Yeah. To that end, not Consigned Memory. Stern Scolding looks pretty good here because Stern Scolding counters every single creature in the other deck.
Thunder Trap, Deceiver Exarch.
Tamiyo.
I agree.
Yeah, Stern Scolding is a great 1 mana answer here.
As a card, Stern Scolding, it sits in its sideboard slots to beat up on a Boros, a Yawgmoth, right? And to then look through your twin deck and go,
uh-oh,
of realizing that this card to beat the like aggro creature decks also beats up on your twin deck. Flare Denial. Yes. You and I at the same time, like, there's a flare. I see it. Flare Denial, very good with Thunder Trap Trainer. We're seeing a lot of folks starting to play in this space of using a lot of the 2-drop creatures that find things to kind of build your own forces sometimes of, I'm going to put this 2-drop, I'm going to draw a card from it, and then my force is going to sack this creature. In this case, the Flare of Denial.
I like leading on the Lantern. You don't get the initial impact of removing a card on the ETB, but having sort of like, your fun police online as soon as the game starts. Oh, and unless we're getting Stern Scolding here. No, okay.
And the thing for Alex, too, of putting this Soul Guide down as soon as possible is it's giving Mike less opportunities to have a force as the only card that could have answered there. No, because that's a Sink into Stupor.
It's Sink into Stupor. Oh. Phew. All right.
Thunder Trap's been saved.
The other one was a Tamiyo.
Yes. So here's the big, beautiful Thunder Trap Trainer. You may hear some folks refer to it as Otter of Bolas.
I've heard that.
Yeah, some have heard it. Digs 4 deep, finds a non-creature, non-land. They're starting to play in the space of giving us more options off cards. Malevolent Rumble getting permanents. Thunder Trap getting non-creature, non-land. More options leads to more play, more interesting cards. So Thunder Trap gets the A-OK.
And he's down. We're
meets a fatal push. Now, outside looking in, pushing a Thunder Trap feels awful. But on the inside, we know of the flare. It suddenly feels good.
Yeah, because if we would be protecting this Blood Moon that we're trying to resolve here.
Right. If Alex tries to go for a Blood Moon, which I mean,
we're fetching a basic. I think we're telegraphing.
Can we view this? But Michael Ryan does have exactly Polluted Delta as his available fetch right now.
Yep.
So he can decide, do I need blue or do I need black? Because now's my one shot to find it.
or do I have counterspell?
Right. This could be fetch island play counterspell, right?
Yeah.
The best of both worlds situation.
Or in hubris, right? Fetch, shock, watery grave, counterspell.
This will resolve, right?
Nope.
Will Alex Luke interaction for that, because it is his turn, would have only have been Flare, which he can't do because he doesn't have the creature to sacrifice, or Pact of Negation, which I assume they're not playing or firing off in that moment. So Mike does have the understanding that the counterspell is resolving in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, it ended up being a pretty heads-up play to Fatal Push the Thundertap Trainer.
But it's all good. Mike got to trade in that Fatal Push. Maybe knows it, maybe doesn't, but stranding this Flare for Alex Luke.
Yep. And then Flare also can't deal with this frog.
Nope. No, we cannot. And now we know that one of these flip cards is Sink into Stupor.
Yeah, we got Snap, Sink into Stupor.
Flare.
Could you imagine if you could snap Blood Moon?
No, I cannot.
What if, when Modern Horizons 4 comes around, is there going to be a Snapcaster Mage for permanence?
That would be actually cool, though.
It would be cool.
Wait, maybe I'm back in.
Yeah. Well, maybe non-land permanence.
Okay.
Or whatever. Permanence.
Whoa.
Modern Horizons 4.
Snapcaster for only lands sounds cool to me.
But yeah.
Of you flash this creature into play, you may play X land from your graveyard
Yeah,
this turn.
you can play target land from your graveyard this turn.
That's actually cool. I would like
That'd
that.
be cool. Branchcaster Mage.
Okay, everyone, write this down. Hey, if you're listening, write this down.
It's a 1/2 with reach.
Oh, it does have reach.
Yeah.
Reach is good.
Actually, it's probably a 2/3. It's a 2/3 with reach.
So sorry. Incoming the frog.
Anyway, back on track here.
Hey, we love a design of the card. So
yeah, we're not pumping the frog. We're just coming in for one.
And Mike also has Swamp now, right? So on top of everything else of getting the threat of frog in play, Mike has made sure to at least have a little insurance, a little safety in his mana base.
Yeah. Soul Guide Lantern, what?
What? Which is interesting. Mike hasn't cashed in the cards in graveyard for flying, not cashing the cards in hand for counters, and kind of straining his Soul Guide.
We're putting Brazen Borrower on the stack. Forget Petty Theft.
3/1 Flash Flyer. And one of the cards in Alex Luke's hand is the Sink into Stupor. And you're okay if your Brazen Borrower eats the Sink into Stupor because you get to 2-for-1 later.
Yeah. How dare this Dimir Persist deck play such a fair game?
Wait, what's going on here?
I feel like that is what makes decks really good in Modern, though, right? You're looking for a strategy where you can high roll. You can go turn 1, Thought Scour, turn 2 Unearth, but then you can also just play this super fair, super long, a different counterspell. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I fully agree that decks that perform the best in any format are ones that are multifaceted, right? So thinking in Modern is as fast as most people are trying to be. This deck has speed for Michael Ryan and a hugely inevitable long game. Same with the Twin deck, right? Of having this blue-red tempo of just being like, oops, I can kill you on turn 4, the Splinter Twin situation, but also this plan of just being a blue-red tempo control deck. Both have similar ideas, but different executions.
Yeah, well, and also just sort of Magic has evolved into a game that's a lot more modal, right? So it used to be that you would maybe be trading speed for inevitability, or you'd be trading reliability for high rolling, and now every card does everything, which I think is people say oh, well, Modern was better in such and such point. I think Modern is different, and I actually think that this style of gameplay where every deck is trying to do a bunch of different things all at the same time makes it more interesting, because I think games tend to be less samey.
Yes, right. Every game is a little different because players have options available to them and good cards going on. Good cards, good players, good interactions lead to interactive games and back and forth, and you're going to see a lot with blue decks, maybe not a Titan Mirror, right? But you're going to see it in a lot of places throughout this format.
Exactly. So we cashed in the Soul Guide Lantern. The graveyard was looking big enough that Alex didn't want to deal with it anymore.
I was saying folks were kind of deciding on some sideboard cards before getting started. And I said, if you have graveyard hate and you're playing against these blue-black decks, if there's just 5+ cards, just fire it off. Don't get Oculus. Don't get Murktide. Just take that away from them.
Like I said, stern scolding.
Stern scolding.
Are we gonna flash in our Snapcaster Mage? Are we gonna 2-for-1 ourselves to cast Counterspell?
But Alex can't pay. So Alex can snap, target something, do nothing, and then flare.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah,
Just
that's
going
too
to-
much because Alex is already behind.
Well, but he, already behind. But maybe what you're hoping is my out to this board state is I need Splinter Twin to be on the top of my deck,
Mm.
right? So we're
I guess
under,
if Splinter Twin, presumably would be the top card of Alex's deck, he is the most incentivized to cash in his hand.
yeah. I'm just kind of like thinking out loud here,
Yeah,
but
well, then the Exarch Resolves can tap one of these creatures, possibly block the other if you're feeling spicy. So
Splinter Twin's on top. It wasn't.
Okay.
Could you imagine though?
Oh.
I think that's but again, that's another one of those like interesting decision points where like when do you just kind of have to knock the top of your deck and say I need to believe in the heart of the cards.
The Magic player term of play to your outs.
Right, because you're out because you're dead here.
You're
well, no, you are
near death experience.
Snapcaster Mage, bounce a threat.
Snap for sync.
Snap for sync.
Snap.
But no, because the frog isn't flying yet. But the frog, there's potentially so much power worth of flying. So your Snapcaster Mage is not blocking here, because you've got 8 from the borrower and look, insult to injury.
Flare that.
Flare that.
The Force of Negation says no go. All these creatures are flying.
Yeah, so we got to flare that.
And now Force using the resolved snap. And now,
but how many cards does that leave Michael with? So this is going back in your hand, right? How many cards does Michael have? 4 or 5?
Oh, he just snapped through a couple of cards. Okay, the life total is 8. 3, 4, 5.
It's
a 1 card. Pick your least favorite, Mike. Get rid of it.
Yep.
I can hear Alex counting.
Yep.
And that's the game,
just
folks.
Just discard them all. Yeah, why not?
This Dimir deck taking it down, really just kind of taking control of the game early, putting a little bit of threat, having a lot of bit of counterspell. And Mike very intuitively early in, was it this game, killing off a Thunder Trap trainer?
That actually that changed the whole game
entirely, because
that ended up being a huge heads up play.
So future Mike, big shouts, dude. Incredible fatal push there. Take it away. Oh, what could this be? Oh, just 2 normal classic decks of the modern format. We've got Kamari on the left side playing your Orzhov Taxes Blink nonsense that's emerged in the format as of
Luke
late.
is playing Coffers?
Luke is playing Coffers.
That's so unlike him.
Luke loved a Coffers.
He does love the Coffers. He's a Coffers expert.
Wait. But Luke has my new favorite combination of Virtue of Persistence and Leyline of the Void in play.
Wait a minute.
But this Leyline was clearly hardcast because he has brought back an Ocelot Pride from the graveyard.
So okay, so we got the Ocelot Pride from the Virtue of Persistence, and then we got rid of the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kamari here with a little bit of the engine online, Ophelia and a Sanctifier in play, a Vial on 5 and a Vial on 2, and a Recruiter of the Guard.
What are we vialing on 5?
Solitude.
Solitude, okay.
Yeah, I think just Solitude. I was gonna say Yorion, but it's not. It's not that format.
I don't think we're doing that.
Shout out to Legacy D&T players. I've seen a lot of Vials on 5. Put in Yorion, restart all my Vials. But Kamari on the hunt here again for a good creature with this Recruiter. Luke at a healthy 15, Kamari at 12. It's hard to tell if the game is nearing the uh-oh state or if Luke has the ability to get back into this game here.
Based on this game state, one does wonder whether or not this could go for like 3 more turns or like 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Fatal Push took down the
Felia to make sure that Kamari doesn't continue to gain these Blink synergies.
And yeah, as chat points out here, blink the Ocelot Pride to get it back.
Yeah, that's the fun part is either the Felia could have blinked the Ocelot Kamari could have found
Ephemerate? No, Ephemerate's only things
Flicker
you
Wisp. Could have
Flicker
found
Wisp.
Flicker Wisp off the recruiter and got the Ocelot Pride back. There's a lot of roads that lead to Rome, but I imagine there's a lot of hands for Luke that lead to Damnation or
So
Big March.
we're making a lot of black mana here.
Emperor Bone.
Emperor Bones.
Okay, Luke has like this little Reanimator sub theme going through this Coffers deck. Emperor of Bones, the Virtue. And Virtue is, a card that can actually be cast in this deck, unlike most people playing Virtue Persistence would never expect to get to 7 mana, but the deck that can is going to be Coffers.
Emperor Bones doing a little bit less with the Sanctifier and Vec in play.
Yes, instead just eating a card out of Kamari's graveyard, and looks like also adapting just to be a big old boy.
Oh, that is so much life.
It looks like just for 5 here, killing off the recruiter.
Well,
and the Ocelot Pride will see that Luke has gained life this turn.
Oh, yep.
Makes a Georgia Costanza, as everyone knows this is. And Luke is #blessed, and we'll make a second one.
Oh, okay. Now we're cooking. See,
that's blockers. Your pro black, pro red card. Forget it. I got your 1/1s.
Interesting. So we didn't want to.
Sorry, we're gonna flip the Georges around. Beautiful. Thank you all. So a big shout out to the production team. We decided to flip these so you can see them. This is Luke at one point had his whole deck, this Coffers deck, sleeved in these Costanzas, and now I think they're token sleeves.
Well, every Magic player knows, when it's time to flip your Costanzas.
Yes.
Yeah, that's common. That's common knowledge.
And everyone knows Georgie Boy. That's a 1/1 cat. Everyone knows this. As Witch Enchanter.
Witch Enchanter taking down Leyline, presumably, right?
Or does I was wondering if Kamari cared that much, and that instead may want to hit the Virtue, because I think Virtue can take creatures out of your own graveyard as well, right? So
yeah. Oh, so it does kind of free Kamari's graveyard for.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill your creatures and get new toys now.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a rock and a hard spot situation. That when we came into this game, we weren't quite sure if Luke was able to claw back in, but I'm pretty sure we're clawing in now at this point.
Yeah, and what Kamari got off the recruiter was Aven Interrupter.
Yes, the one card in hand.
Okay.
That's a Chalice of the Void for 5. What is happening?
Chalice for 5. Okay.
No Solitude.
Well, but there's a Chalice on 5 and
a Vial
on 5. Okay, so this is a lot of mana.
Big old March. What is that?
What is that?
What is this? Who is it?
That's getting Aven interrupted, whatever it is.
No, and getting your X-Spell interrupted means it's never going to do anything.
Is that a Torment of Hailfire?
Yes. Oh, from the secret layer with the SpongeBob speech?
Yeah, so it's Torment of Hailfire.
Torment
of Hailfire.
Now, very importantly, it is going to get plotted from the Aven Interrupter, which means when Luke casts it for free in the future, X will always be 0.
X will always be 0, right.
So that's a nothing now.
Yep.
And now the Overlord of the Bale Mark. This is the other big 5. I forgot because I think of this card as a 2.
Wait, this
is the synergy. Is Overlord of the Bale Mark plus all these blinks is your engine to keep getting your cards.
Right, but it's also kind of bad right here, right? Because
fueling up.
Because it's going to fuel up.
There's a White Orchid Phantom. There's a Guide of Souls now.
And another Belmerk.
Oh, Luke, come get your toys. Oh, hey, first time chatter, thank you so much for stopping by. Any chance of seeing Amulet Titan?
There are a bunch of Titan players.
There are a bunch out there. They are good Titan players. So, yes, which is why we're showing you some cool, fun lovelies before you got to sit through the Titans in maybe round 3s and 4s.
Okay, so we're
Kamari. Hey, you know Magic player mannerisms.
Yeah,
I love Kamari. He's great. The toss of your card when you feel very dead. That's a real situation.
All right, so all of those straight to the exile zone, because of the NVAC.
Yes, the Sanctifier NVAC. Saw the 4 black cards get exiled out of Luke's deck, so all of them went straight into exile. Oh, so this is a great question. I know the answer here. Kamari is wondering, because we have seen cards like Philology Archaeologist that say, choose a card from among the milled cards. which lets you choose one even if it gets put into exile.
Oh,
Overlord of the Belmerk
Overlord.
says mill 4, then select a card from your graveyard.
Yeah.
Which means those are in exile already because they're not being reallocated to a choosable rules text. They're being put into exile and you cannot choose them.
Right. Exactly. So I think we're just getting.
And I'm going to check.
Oh wait, the Belmerk should have been exiled and couldn't be reanimated. Does the Invac also target your own graveyard?
Hello, I'm here with someone who knows the rules.
Yeah, this could be quite a backup here. Though the jar, judging it regular Ariel says, basically just like don't.
Why are they asking you?
That's fine. It's fine. It's okay. So I believe the fix would be. I'm just going to talk to stream and not to them. I'm pretty sure the fix here is that at this REL, you're not really going to do a backup. Though at competitive REL. Oh, but then also there's so much of a backup here. This is above my grade as an L1 to perform this backup. Well, I know there's no backup here, but like
this is a beautiful play it as it lies.
Yeah. I was musing at what the fix here was.
So what is the important part of all of this is the Sanctifier says if a black or a red card would go to either graveyard, it gets exiled.
That was yeah.
So the Overlord shouldn't have been in the graveyard like we were saying, but myself and the judge, we were talking. Luke made all of his decisions assuming the card was there. We made a lot of game actions. Things were where they were. It's just play the game as it lies.
Yeah, exactly. The jar, judging a regular REL.
A little bit of that jar.
Yeah. Yep. So he still has summoning sickness.
It's still sick. Yeah. So big shouts. And Kamari wasn't questioning it. He was like, "No, I'm with it. This is how it is." Like, nothing weird. Magic is a hard game.
Yeah, Magic is a hard game. So we are.
And it's weird to think of your own deck as asynergistic, right? Of realizing that a black-white Texas deck hasn't played as much with having your own Sanctifier in play, whereas I put a Sanctifier in my mono-blue and Azorius decks or your mono-white decks, right, for so long that it's hard to be like, oh, I actually don't have this when I thought I did.
So something happened here where there was an ephemerate targeting something, which resulted in Luke's Overlord dying.
Well, shoot. It was the Witch Enchanter because they're enchantment creatures.
Oh, it's an enchantment creature.
They sure are.
That's what it is. Well, that makes sense.
Because that's how they can impend. Their impend is their enchantment mode, then they come on off.
Right.
Right. And
We
now,
have
final card for Kamari is this White Orchid
White Orchid
Phantom.
Phantom. Yep.
Say goodbye to the Urborg, I believe.
Yep.
Choosing the Dread Marshes as opposed to the Mines of Morgul.
Yeah, we have the Lord of the Rings cards here.
Luke's been playing this deck for a long time. It's pretty.
No, I get it. I'm all about it.
I apologize to his wallet for the rings that he owned.
Oh, which rings did he own? The poster ones?
Yeah, the Justine
Oh.
Jones ones.
I think those are still
They're
up
pretty
there.
cool. They're pretty cool, yeah.
And I mean, if you're only gonna have one for your commander, deck,
Those are the ones. Those
Yeah,
are the
so-
ones. And we have Luke also top deck. This looks like his single card that he has to work with, a Chalice on
2.
I think 2 is a very good choice against his Taxes deck.
Yep.
That was the one that I initially would have chosen for the one that's on 5. Because a lot of this deck hinges on that flex point of Emperor Bones, White Orchid, Sanctifier. You're just seeing a lot of 2s. The Thalia, the kind of the card the deck's built around. But big swings here for Kamari. 4 white cards, so no need to worry
no
about
exile here. When did the Chalice on 5 come down before or after the big Torrent of Hellfire?
Before? I think like a turn or 2 before.
So there was potentially a window to.
Oh,
But it doesn't really matter because there's also a vial on 3. So never
Yes.
mind.
And we're doing a little bit of trades off here in combat. A big chunk of the creatures that Kamari does have flying, and Luke goes down to 8. Big important top deck here.
Damnation?
Whoop.
Meat Hook Massacre?
Oh, the Meat Hook Massacre.
I'm just guessing. I'm just like, what are good cards here? Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
The answer
Well,
is nope.
Those would have been good cards in that particular instance, but I think it was Shouldred's Edict, which doesn't do quite enough here.
Hey, but a big shout out to an exciting game. Kamari put this deck together to have a little bit of that fun on the classic. Theo wanted to challenge with this deck. Said please, please, please don't play it, which means tons of people are playing it.
I think there's something to be said for a Taxes deck. I love Taxes.
Yes, and sometimes if people are going to put those decks together, they need new cards that they don't have yet. You need to get your Overlord of the Baelmerks. You need to get your Aven Interrupters. You need to grab those new Recruiter of the Guards, new as in printed into this format. You can pick them up at nerdragegaming.com. Remember that there is kickback, right? The longer you're a customer, the more percentage you're going to get back into your store credit account. There's the wish list function, so if there's a card that you've been looking for, specific card, specific version, you can put it to be notified immediately when Nerd Rage puts it up, and then you can buy it. It can be yours if you're looking for, I don't know, a Wizard's Retort or an Underground Sea. All the above you can put on your wish list, be notified immediately when those are available right here at nerdragegaming.com. If you'd like to play Magic, you can do so at these upcoming NRG series events. I could not believe that NRG Chicagoland here in Elmhurst is like 2 weeks away.
It's literally like 2 weeks.
I am ill prepared, but we will see folks for that Saturday Modern event and then Sunday Team Trial. The team is Standard, Modern, Legacy. Grab your favorite homies, get that Legacy specialist, bring them on out to get a good games and a good weekend. It's going to happen right here in the Chicagoland area. In March, we're going up to Madison. In May, we're heading back to the Chicagoland area. And in June, you might have remembered a little something when there was a little Taylor Swift concert and we couldn't have an event in Indianapolis. We're going back. So late in June, ending the first half of the Energy season 2025, will be in the wonderful city of Indianapolis. With all that being said, we're going to find you more matches, more people, and lovely games for round number 2. Please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to round number 2 of Weekly Modern here from the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. We're bringing in some goodies. 2 mystery decks. You see these labels? Those are from last round. Do we know what they're playing? We do not. So we're all going to find out together. It's a fun game. Sound off and chat
the
when you
question marks. Okay.
Yes, sound off and chat when you figure out what it is you think that they're playing. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I'm Dom Striker alongside May.
That's me. I'm excited to guess.
And I have cheated. I do know one of them, so I will not be guessing.
Okay, I'll start guessing. So based on the sleeves,
Oh, nice. Baby blue versus
purple.
Purple? Great.
Or
I am
navy.
colorblind, so you
I'm also
let
a
me
little
know.
colorblind.
Oh, right. we know that together we have one good eye.
Yeah, we have between the two of us. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
so-
oh, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
that is
Yes. Everybody, this is gonna freaking rule.
okay. So we got Goryo's.
Wait. Remember, the door's open, so we're gonna.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, on the right side. Did you guys see those? It's.
Oh,
All
let's go.
right, everybody. So
Let's go.
let's go. The right side. Tyler Thomas is playing Mardu Kalia Gorios. What's great is folks are of the belief that cards like Kalia were put into MH3 to sell packs to commander players. Okay, sure, whatever. I'm here to tell you that it's going to put this freaking Grizzlebrand into play. And because Kalia is a legend, you can sneak her with the Gorios. Then the thing that she sneaks into play never has to go away. So the Atraxa, Angel, Grizzlebrand, Demon, they're coming into play.
There is a I saw an Arena of Glory too. So we're not
You
even.
get Haste the Kalia
Yeah, we haste the Kalia.
and Flage. Okay, so
And
there's a lot going on.
That's a-
And we have a sound off first time chatter. You are very close to what's being played on the left side.
Either zoo or rhinos. Oh, the Leyline of the Guild Pact.
We have 2 clues so far. Folks have seen Leyland of the Guild Pack and Wooded Foothills. So, I mean,
That could be anything.
it could be anything.
Zoo or rhinos seems like a good guess, but this is Magical Christmas Land, so this could still be twin.
Oh yeah, what unbanned cards is Chris playing? We know Tyler, Faithless Looting.
Faithless Looting.
Beautiful Faithless Looting deck. So excited to see this loot faithlessly over and over and over.
I don't know that Zoo plays any unbanned cards.
Any unbanned cards in Zoo? Green Sun? Nah.
Zoo kind of got unbanned as a deck. With no
Zoo
with no
got
ring.
unbanned.
Yeah,
Oh, because no ring, right? You
yeah,
can
'cause
be
no
more
ring.
aggressive, right?
Because you can
You know that not every turn 3/4 is just going to be fogged.
yeah, it's the deck that got unbanned. The whole deck. So
Okay.
we're both on Moles to 5.
Mole's mulling a little bit. Little mole here, little mole there.
Oh, what kind of player pile shuffles? Zoo players.
All of them.
I don't.
Oh, I see. For determining a Zoo or a Rhinos player?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm amusing. I'm Oh, there's Guide of Souls? It's
So-
energy
I see Guide, Pride.
with ley lines.
Okay.
Leyline, zoo, energy. Twin.
Yeah. There's no twin. Do not be fooled.
No, I'm saying there's a Splinter Twin situation.
You could call this like energy domain.
Oh, domain energy? Yeah, I mean,
But-
Leyline Scion is a Splinter Twin.
Leyline, this is Leyline Scion plus Guide Pride to Johnny.
Yep.
So get all the cards that care about domain, get them out of here. Tried and true 1s and 2s, get on it. So,
So the funny thing about Mana Weavers, right?
oh no.
I was when we had our first big tournament back home, post COVID. So this was like a 60-player modern event that people hadn't been able to play competitive Magic.
Everyone's so excited to play.
18 months, and there's somebody who is in the
Oh.
X4 bracket.
Oh, are they new?
and
Oh
they're,
no.
well, no, they're not new. They're very old,
Oh.
and they're mana weaving, and they have like, I have to judge. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I was like, okay, no problem. And the opponent is like, my opponent was mana weaving, but I think it's because they don't know that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, I think they're just returning.
And so and come to find out, they're like, I thought that was like, they're like, yeah, I just
Hmm.
to get a good number of lands and spells, and I was like,
Agreed.
agreed.
which is cheating.
You can't do that, unfortunately. He's like, oh, okay.
I get it. That was the
Yeah.
there is basically proven belief that original Pro Tours and so forth, when you look at their decks and it's full of unplayables and like 12 mana sources, you're like, how do they play this game? They're all weaving.
Yeah.
They were all weaving.
Anyway, so mana weaving, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh my gosh, this
It
is
doesn't
me
even-
energy. Let's go.
It doesn't even make your deck better, really.
No,
It's all in your head.
it's all in your head. Speaking of all in your head, this Guide of Souls, it's real. It's incoming Guide and Pride, both also real.
Yep.
This mana board
Another
state, huge.
Another guide.
Because Chris is going to be able to play this, get 1 energy. Play the Pride, go up to 3 energy, jump the first guide.
Insane. Insanity.
Insanity. This is, I know, people don't like Boros. This is one of the good starts, but you're going to see it backed up by big honkin' chonkers. All right, so that's going to be the domain part of this. Energy count 3, we got to get this mana Theo.
Well, we have one
totals.
card in hand.
Yes, because remember, both these players are on pretty significant mulligans. And everything's gone forever. Okay, players, put it in your brain. What do you think is happening? Okay, that's a very important part of everything. Important.
This would not be good for the stream or competitive integrity. But I think it would be very funny to come back and somehow like 10 turns have passed and we have to figure out what's been going on.
Oh, goodness me.
They're in game 2. One of them is now playing Merfolk. The other one
Oh.
has, they actually switched to Legacy.
And I'm seeing these players look to the heavens.
Oh, good. I wasn't on camera.
No, and boop, boop.
Okay,
it's
we're
here.
back.
It just flashed back in. Hey, everybody. Look, a board state appeared.
Certainly a board state did appear.
Yes, you knew it would be here, but this is proof that it did happen.
Yeah. All the energy needed to power the stream actually went into giving this Guide of Souls flying and lifelink.
That's what Booster Vet said.
I know. I
Oh, okay,
stole their joke.
Joke stolen. Joke stolen.
Yeah, joke stolen.
Oh, FOMO.
It's not who said it first. It's who said it
loudest.
Yeah.
As that's my entire humor, I understand.
Okay. Well, Atraxa in the bin. FOMO.
Okay. FOMO discarded this Atraxa, which means Tyler's getting pretty close to. You put a big monster, again, a Grizzlebrand, an Atraxa, in the way of this energy board, and they don't have something like a Leyline Binding or a Static Prison, it's going to be a huge brick wall.
Yep.
So Tyler right now is kind of about survival, doesn't have black mana, but those are things that can be solved, while Chris kind of has the opening draw.
Oh, there it is.
Drew-
Leyline Scion.
Well, one of these effective in a few turns from now, one of these very ineffective. So
we don't-
here comes the guide.
Yeah, we're not attacking with the smaller ones. We're not just gonna feed it to the FOMO.
Yeah, the FOMO's a 2/3. They got to stop putting stats on these things.
Right? That's like my branch walker mage.
Yes, right. If,
Or
and everyone remember,
branch mender mage.
hey, if you're watching later, sound off in the comments below if you have a clue what May's talking about. Because it's from round 1.
I think that's actually that in general that's a great challenge. What
Just
in
generally,
the world is she talking about?
generally sound off if you know what May's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I often know, but I often don't.
Tyler here getting a Bloodstained Mire, so access to Black Man is available. Chris with a huge top deck here at the Territorial Kavu, currently a 3-power creature based on that domain. With the energy,
We can jump another thing now.
Another jump. This is an important question of who you jump. Who's jumping?
The other guide? Does it matter? Really?
Does it matter really? There's a non-zero chance that you want to jump the Pride because it has lifelink. There's a non-zero chance that you want to jump the Cat because it's the card Tyler least likely to want to remove. So you can incentivize them by doing so. That's what I'm saying. There's a debate for all 3 of these creatures to be jumpable, or load up on one guide to make sure that there's a huge glaring stop sign for Tyler.
Okay, so it looks like Pride was the answer.
It seems like at least the Pride's coming on in, and
Yep.
it's jumping.
Boom. And how close are we to City's Blessing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're getting there.
But we know Chris's hand is 2 uncastables, so in a Scion that currently costs 6 and a Leyline that costs, well, Leyline.
I suspect that Leyline is going to turn into a card
With the
as,
Kabu
as
next
soon as
turn?
that Kabu can turn sideways.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about this. Tyler actually factually turned the fetch land to the side.
Oh, actually,
It-
factually tapped it.
Actually factually tapped it, said, does this resolve, and then put it into the graveyard. Wow.
I also am noticing something about these players. We don't have their life total.
Do you guys need to know that? And Tyler here searching up actual factual basic swamp as
Basic
well.
swamp.
Basic swamp. And
So we just need to-
thinking because it's kitty time. So Chris is
Is this
establishing.
end of turn Gorios?
Yep. Okay. Clarifications all
Yep.
around. We're in end step. Here she comes.
Yep.
Here comes the bride. It is Atrexa. Oh. Wow, big shouts as we're gonna resolve this big, beautiful
Oh,
Atraxa.
no.
Hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
Hey, oh, whoa, whoa.
Hey, big shouts, Tyler. This
Yeah.
is so cool.
Bangers only.
Shout out to FOMO being an enchantment, an additional grab for the Atraxa. Sorcery options and prismatic ending, faithless looting, and Thoughtseize. And creature options seems to be solitude. Oh, yeah. Just put
Or
solitude.
Atraxa. You get another Atraxa,
Dumb.
which I guess you are.
Whoa, wait. Home slice. You want solitude ephemerate. Your opponent is low on mana, and you can deal with a lot of this board state. And you already have an Atraxa in play.
Which you also could ephemerate for even more Atraxas. You probably don't want to do that.
See, she's getting it. She's getting
But
it.
you could.
The thing is it's not the first Atraxa that kills you.
I guess you're actually, while you're still in the end step, you're pretty interested in Solitude Ephemerate, right? Because
Mhm.
then you're immediately ephemerating again, or you're attacking with your Solitude.
Folks, this was not end step. This was in response to attackers, so that Tyler gets this big, giant, life-linking flyer. Okay, it is end step. I thought for sure we wanted to block her, but we can see life totals went
life
quite
totals
low.
is 7, yeah. We
Quite
must
low.
have.
And Tyler here, oh, love this, is going to, interesting.
Oh, it was all in response to the Ocelot trigger.
Yes, making sure that Chris stays low on permanence.
Got it.
What I was hoping was going to happen here was a solitude ephemerate, so that the ephemerate rebound would let Tyler keep the Atraxa.
Well, I think he wants to attack with the Atraxa.
Yeah, I think he wants to attack with the Atraxa. But I, as someone who might be playing Gorios in 2 weeks from now, liked having the moment of being like, oh, should we do the cool thing or the good thing? So it's always good to know.
I also wonder, do we have a fourth land source for this Kalia?
For Tyler, for Kalia? Uh-oh.
I guess we'll find out.
Now, we're going to take a peek. We're going to check on that camera. We're going to look here in the backup match. And we're seeing, wow, we even spelled it all the way out. Okay. Do you want to take a shot at Sam's here?
Yeah, Sam Brown
Playing
Asmo.
I'm
not-
As Maranica Dice and Nicole Dakar, right?
Oh, that sounds right.
If you say it with confidence, you can do just about anything.
I am willing to attempt to pronounce it when no one can hear me practice, perhaps.
Did we even spell it right? That's an important part too. And we got Don on the right side here playing Orzhov Taxes. You thought it was done, just round 1? No, round 2 as well. But Don is playing, and I want everybody to listen, 4 main deck, Rest in Peace.
That
And imagine you're Sam trying to play your Asmo food deck.
so I guess Rest in Peace. It's like it's good against Frogulus.
Good against Roculus, absolutely.
Good against Asmo. It's good
Absolutely.
against Gorios. Like I'm
Has
actually-
has text against Titan.
has text against. I'm surprised that there aren't more Rest in Pieces out and about. I feel like Frogulus gets away with a lot in Modern because
I think we could have figured that part out. Again, we know that Sam is playing against the Count It 4 main deck Rest in Peace, and it's not Orzhov Taxes.
that's definitely
We've
Mill.
been fooled.
That's definitely Mill.
That's a mill deck. I see. So, do you remember, were you paying attention when there was a deck maybe 6 months ago at a Laughing Dragon event that did really well playing Azorius Mill
Azorius Mill.
with like Path to Exile, Solitudes, like a blue-white kind of control mill that leaned on the free spell, the Mill 13.
That's pretty cool.
Don was a big fan. Don played it here. Don played it on stream, like back when it did well during that chunk of time of its popularity. Now returning, playing Mill again. I would imagine, like I said, with those main deck rest in pieces. And Sam
So
Brown,
this-
I wish you well.
Yeah, good luck. Rest in peace in a mill deck is also sweet.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
You don't need surgicals and extirpates and everything if they just never have a graveyard.
if they just never have a graveyard.
Jeez, I'm seeing an Ashiok. I don't know if those are in the main, but jeez Louise, Don. What are you doing to people?
We got a Fractured Sanity, we got a Fetch Land, we got a Crab.
And I know Don round 1 played against Red Black Zombies.
Oh,
And the rest in peace was also very, very good.
I bet it was. All right, so Hedge Maze coming in. Looks like we left the card on top.
And I like Sam indicating that he currently has 0 foods, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, just
food,
so you know, I have 0.
food count 0. It's like putting your energy token out. Like, there's nothing to be gained from hiding it in game 2. Everyone knows. Sam's also only ever played food, as long as I've seen Sam play games.
So we have. Do you think we're just gonna jam this finale on 0?
Wow. The Green Sun Zenith attack of getting your Dryad Arbor. Yep.
Yep,
yep.
yep.
Yeah, indeed. Yep. I mean, Sam's going to be up like 2-3 mana come their next turn to what Donna's going on. But you can also do it for Asmo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But you
I
can
was
also
like,
do it for Asmo. So I got Green Sun Zenith blinders now.
No, I mean I get it. Green Sun Zenith
Sam, you upgraded.
upgraded to what?
His cookbook is signed.
Oh, his cookbook is signed.
Oh, SEG con, big shots. I love cards that are signed. A lot of people know this, but I also love it when people get decks that they like love and play a lot, and then they get signed.
Oh, somebody's asking, what is your preferred energy emblem? Saying loves textured foil electric energy from Pokemon.
NRG sign Theo Young Energy.
That's a good one.
I would say. Now, for a long time, the brand new one. For a long time, I had the Inkland Customs can of Monster Energy with the energy
Oh, that's a
magic
good
symbol
one.
on it. And big rumbles from Asmo. Go on. Many folks use a Pokemon Energy.
I use Pokemon.
Everyone loves them. I bought from Energy here like one of those beautiful where the foil is like a bunch of stars, like fire energy, and I'd be like, I'm gonna use this one. And then Energy had the Theo one come out like a week later.
I think I just use like an old like fire energy, like one of the
Oh yeah, real beat up.
some
Whoa.
real beat up old one.
Sorry, this is Counterspell to Don. We get to kind of experience together of what this blue-white control mill. Again, it was a thing 6 months ago, popped up at an event, did really well, did really cool, and disappeared. But Don's always been a fan too. So this is the greatness of. I believe Don said he rebrewed this deck up earlier today at work, and so far it is putting in work.
It is putting in work. So we're fetching again. Maybe we're just casting the Fractured Sanity. I do see that Sam has assembly worker, not assembly worker, the factory worker,
Oh, Academy Manufacturer,
academy manufacturer.
which is a part of Sam's comboing,
Yeah.
alongside his Time Sieves, if that's even a part of what he's up to right now.
I would Time Sieve. I guess you can cast Time Sieve off of
Off your black mana.
off your
Your black
Hedge
mana,
Maze
your
and
blue
your
mana?
Overgrown Tomb. It's just
Yes.
not; those are not lands that I associate with Time Sieve.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Mox Opal, hello.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Mo-
7, 10,
10,
11, 12, 13.
Oh. Dude, awful spot for your endurance.
I think that was. Is that too many?
I don't know, but I know that Sam is mad because he cannot no longer self endurance.
Yeah.
So the amount of times, I think the last time I played against Mill, I was playing Titan, and I started doing the loops where you have the mirror pool, and my mirror pools were copying my endurances to keep looping my whole
Oh.
deck back in.
Yep.
They did not like that.
They did not like
And
that.
Sam, you could tell on that last moment of flipping the endurance, a part of his plan of bringing those in was to self-target and get all those cards back. And instead, the one card that exiles, the Tasha's Hideous Laughter, took that endurance away.
Yep.
And Sam, this is the hard part when you play against decks that aren't playing Magic the way Garfield intended. The fact that Don's deck is so far off, right, of playing a mill deck, Sam has to recontextualize every card that he's playing of like, what does this actually mean playing here in this matchup?
I think Garfield intended for mill. I mean, he created Millstone.
Millstone.
Certainly didn't think that it would be the only way that your deck would win. I would think, oh, cards in libraries, not very many.
That was teeny tiny. I thought Sam was going to count for a lot longer than he did.
Yeah.
But can you please resolve a gingerbread cab? And I would love that.
Yes, please resolve a gingerbread.
Sam, you didn't even check the cards in your graveyard before cracking this fetch. Mad lad. You could have checked. You could have checked.
I don't think we're
Oh! Tap land.
few.
Tap land. But Sam does get untapped gingerbread cabin.
So
there's 3 forests.
that's an underground mortuary. I can't imagine.
Top.
I can't imagine that we're milling it here, right? There's no way.
I need to figure out how Sam's doing 10 points of damage in the next like turn and a half.
Yeah.
Also, a part of Sam's plan is to like
I don't even think Sam looked.
Yes, not at all.
I think he
This
just
is
said leave
true.
on top.
But also, I just realized that Sam can't even really put together.
Oh,
well,
no.
yeah. Well, that's a 4. Wow. Okay,
7,
7, 8,
8,
9,
9,
10, 11,
10, 11.
15,
Yeah, more than 15.
19, 20. Okay, you got some cards left, Sam. I didn't expect you to have.
How much is? I thought Tasha's was 13.
Tasha's count to 20.
20.
Yeah, count to 20.
Oh wow. Okay.
The free mill is the mill 13.
Oh,
And then Tasha's is the count to 20.
that's what I'm thinking of. Yep, you're right.
And that's an Underworld cookbook. Maybe, and that's the laughter. 20.
20.
20.
All right. Well, you have 2 cards in your library.
And if I'm Don, I'm blocking your 3/3. Like,
Blocking your 3/3.
oh, a Gilded Goose, great.
Also,
Sam, how's you gonna search with your saga? Oh, just
Nope.
gonna put that back in. Just shuffle that up. You didn't shuffle. I cannot but notice you didn't shuffle.
I think the library is sufficiently random.
Fully randomized.
It's fully randomized.
Okay, good.
So now we're casting
Permanents. Sam is
permanent.
putting permanents in play.
So we can play Gilded Goose, right? And then
The
cabin.
Make a food.
Make one of everything.
Because the manufacturer's here, so there's a food, there's a clue, there's a treasure.
You're not cracking those clues.
Now.
Yep.
There's the Gilded Goose. Again, make one of everything because it makes a food. And then Asmo's going to tell that Hedron crab to eat itself.
Yep.
And now this Asmo's going to attack for 3.
Well, the construct also can attack, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh, my gosh, Sam. Whoa, Sam. Sam, I'm so proud of you. Sam, I think you're gonna attack for lethal.
How much is this finale for? Finale for 1.
What? Where are they going? What? Where are those cards going? Archive trap? Fine.
Yeah, okay.
But Sam, attack and kill him. Come on. Why did we sacrifice a bunch of artifacts?
Because they're coming back with the
Finale is from Graveyard, by the by. So that's where this goose came from.
So is that
Chonk.
is that 10? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's exactly 10.
Wow, Sam. Wow, Sam.
Absolutely the
Big
mad
proud.
lad.
Big proud.
Because if you don't reanimate that because you traded 2 treasures for 3 artifacts.
Yes.
So before you finale'd for 1, you only had 9 power.
Great job, Sam.
Incredible. That's an insane line. That's really, really cool.
And that means we get a game 3 out of this. If you were invested in the other match, I'm sorry. There's no camera. But that just means, but we have deck list. Take a peek. Take a gander. The white cards in the main deck here. Teferi, Time Raveler. Path to Exile.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. The fun point, the Path to Exiles. You exile the creature, they search for a basic. Oh my gosh. Downside, no one plays Path anymore. You mean activate Archive Trap.
Activate Archive Trap, yes.
Because you have now searched your library this turn. And then we get a nice little peek at the sideboard here. This is, again, Don's exact 75. Ashiok Dream Renderers, Consigned to Memories, Fluster Storms, Dovin's Veto, Supreme Verdict, Stony Silence, and Leyline of Sanctity.
So we know the Ashiok came in.
Yes.
Because it's going to shut off your tutors.
You can't search, and the same thing of it has the once the 4 cards are milled, the player exiles. So it accomplishes the same plans and goals. of everything that's going on. I can imagine Don might have also brought in the verdict, just having access to cleaning up because the only way you die is Sam having a bunch of creatures in play.
Yep.
And probably brought in Stony Silence.
Must have brought in Stony Silence.
Shuts off all of the activation of any of the artifacts because you have to sack a clue, sack a food, tap, sack a treasure. So you can't do any of those if you're Sam. And Sam's not going to be able to activate the Haywire Mite or his cookbooks. They got to be in.
Yeah. So somebody here says, in what city is this store?
In
Buffalo Grove.
Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Talk
Now-
about the Chicagoland suburb area where all of us are in, just not quite Chicago.
Yeah, I would say if you live in the state of Illinois, we
Mhm.
live in we're here in Buffalo Grove. If you live in the other 49 states or
Chicago.
anywhere else, we're in Chicago.
We're in Chicagoland.
We're in
area.
Chicago, yeah.
That
It would take, 45 minutes to an hour to get to Chicago proper from where we are,
totally.
but
That's not that bad.
it's not that bad.
That's how long I presume it takes you to get from the London countryside to Big Ben. So what's the diff?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing.
A very normal start here. Don started with a Hedron Crab the game previously. But hey, a little shout out to Oboro.
Yeah,
Palace of the
Ouroboros.
Claw. Ouroboros? Isn't that Storm from
Oh,
Marvel's
that's Storm's
real
name.
name?
That's Storm's real name. Never mind.
Him?
Oh no, that's Aurora.
Oh boy, we can't play this game. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Well, Sam Brown saying a little bit of a thank you, milling over the Oval Chase Daredevil to Don's initial mill here for the Hedron Crab.
Are you guys going to MagicCon Chicago? NRG go to MagicCon
Will NRG be
Chicago?
there? We're gonna
Yeah,
find
We'll
out.
find out for you. I
But
personally will be there.
the players and the people will be there, absolutely. And you could always spot many of the NRG series grinders because they love a jacket.
Yeah, they'll be wearing their NRG jackets.
Everyone loved a jacket. I was at RCQ over the weekend, and the owner of the store was like, "How many of you Nerd Rage people are here right now?" 'Cause, yeah, it was pretty homey stacked, as I'll say, as Sam Brown here slams down this Orcish Bowmasters. I think just to get some sort of pressure going, because it's not enough to kill the crab. But
Is it the crab's an O2?
O2, right? Oh, unless did
But
Don block?
It blocked the.
Oh no, the crab!
I think we're counterspelling.
Just kidding, counterspell. Just kidding.
Yeah, we're counterspelling this Ogre Spellmasters.
RK post counterspell, by the by.
Ooh, excellent choice.
There's so many counterspells to choose from, so at this point, it's like choosing a basic land.
Right. What's your go-to counterspell?
I have the MH2 full art.
That's
Just
the same one. Yeah,
the beautiful.
that's the same one I have.
Yeah, they're really, really pretty.
If I could, I would play the Doctor Strange ones, but I can't. I can't quite get my hands on 4 of them yet.
Yeah, as Sam's going to Milltown here, not only milling for the crab, but now I believe the 13 cards for the Fractured Sanity. Just getting it ripped apart here by Don's mill deck.
Oh, the Strixhaven art counterspell is also quite good.
The Japanese one is really, really
The
good
Japanese
too.
one is good, but the English one is also.
Both are pretty.
Both are nice. Yeah.
It turns out when like the art direction for counterspells generally is like big blue glowy, it's like these all look great.
They all look great. Yeah.
And big shouts to the cards actually in Sam Brown's hand right now. He actually drew the Endurance. So
Oh, that's
all
a
of this
good place for that to be.
all of this effort that Don's putting in. If Sam feels comfortable that it's not going to get counterspelled, so say while Don's tapped out, you have to do the math of when to fire off this Endurance to get all your cards back.
Yeah. Do you do it now before Don can untap?
Maybe? Back the Daredevil comes from this trigger.
Oh, maybe you don't want to exile your graveyard until after you Daredevil.
Fair, right? Fair, very fair. And now the little bit of the loop there and making the food, but returning the Daredevil. Now here's a Gilded Goose for Sam. Looks, importantly about the Endurance, it is a pitchable card with Flash, but we've seen Don has counter magic, right? So the hard part is doing this dance of how long can Sam like wait and self mill versus Don having mana available.
Right.
And you saw the players getting a little ha-ha, a little hee-hee as Don blocked once again, but Sam no access to Bowmaster this time. I think Sam's going to let Don mill as much as possible before he tries to put it back.
Fractured Sanity.
And now's a really good time for Sam because Don only has 1 white mana available, and a lot of Sam's cards are gone.
So this feels like it's a pretty safe window to endurance yourself, right?
Yes.
Or maybe on your turn you want to just cast it.
So I think the best time to have done it would have been there in Don's end step,
Yeah.
but I think Sam might be able to just hard cast it now.
Yeah, you can also just hard cast it.
But
And then
but I actually like pitch casting the endurance because you can stack it where the endurance also is a card that shuffles in for you.
right.
To allow you to redraw endurance again in the future.
Right.
But also I think Sam also is interested in a clock as basically no damage is dealt.
Yep. It looks like we're
Construct in.
making a construct. We're waiting until the 11th hour.
I can respect it.
I can respect it too. I mean,
But I'm not letting Don get his mana back. Don't let Don get his mana back. If those cards in hand are counterspell, wow, this deck could play Flare if it really wanted
Yeah.
to with the crabs.
I think Don has some number of consign.
Oh, consigns.
I don't know
Little.
that he brought consign in, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know that there is some number of consigns.
Sam, that Sam, come on. Sam, look at your library. Come on, Sam. You got 6 cards at most there. Sam's thinking. Sam is thinking. Double Daredevil.
Yep. I
Dude.
mean, we're making so many foods.
Yeah, I think Sam is utilizing his graveyard synergy.
Yep.
Here we go. Here we go. Nope. Oh, that's just okay.
Play a saga.
Sam, you're making me so fearful.
We're absolutely living on the edge here.
Yeah, say goodbye to that quarter calling. You don't need that. You need your library back.
Yep. Take one. You've got it. You've got. Come on, please.
Now, I don't have favoritism in any way, shape, or form, but
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
is the moment.
Okay, we got
This
you.
is the moment. Again, I was just like, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it now. Don with 2 cards in hand, I believe not a single card that could
So
be
we have
freebie.
path. Yeah, we path
The construct.
the construct. Yep. There's probably not a basic to find among those 6 cards.
Oh yeah, because Don, I don't know. Some very active mill players will check the graveyards. I think Sam also just said I don't have any. And Sam is in fact
Yep.
allowing himself to shuffle the endurance back in as well. Now remember, be careful. These cards get shuffled and put on the bottom. So the 5 or 6 Sam did have remaining do become the top of the library. They don't all get shuffled together.
Yep.
And back to Don. 1 card in hand.
2 cards in hand.
Okay.
Can't really tell what they are.
I thought one was an archive from my quick little glance. But also remember Don has Orboro, Palace of the Clouds, as one of his lands in play. Ooh, how do you spell
Oh
this?
yeah, that's a pretty interesting maneuver.
Yep.
So we are gonna, we're gonna kill the saga.
Smart. Love Kill Saga. Again, hey Sam, you can go get a basic.
Shovel that library.
Yeah, Don with 2 effects in a row of, yeah, you can go get a basic. And Sam just not having them.
I mean, he has a basic in his hand. I wonder how many basics he has in his deck.
1.
Probably one.
Probably 1.
Probably one.
That's so wild. Asmo,
Oh,
endurance.
Mildy endurance. Okay.
Yeah, the question is how many endurances does Sam have?
I think only one that I saw.
Sheesh, not a great number of them.
Because we basically saw the whole deck get exiled last game, and I think that we
Mm.
saw that there was only the 1 endurance.
Now, Sam can. How much mana is it to crack Cookbook to regrow a card? Is it 4?
4.
So land drop for Sam can pretend to be able to do that, but he doesn't have a green card to pitch.
But yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
But you're basically setting yourself up to simply do it again.
This Haywire Might, when Sam used the Bowmaster, really put the fear of God into
Oh,
Don.
yeah.
And this Haramite's done like 4 to 5 damage now.
Okay, so we're casting Oval Chase Daredevil. I mean,
Oh yeah, endgame achieved.
the secret mode of Oval Chase Daredevil, which is a 4/2, which
It is
can
a 4.
attack.
It's the classic, like, when Dredge starts casting its Dredge creatures or so forth, some of them can just still get in there.
Some of them just get in there.
So important part for Sam milling over this finale. Finales are ways to re-access a graveyarded endurance, but each of them milled over is one less access to the graveyard.
Oh, board.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
Forget it. Forget it.
Though, I mean, this is also represents a green card, which you can pitch cast. So now there's a couple of different ways you can activate your endurance. Because you're 1 mana short on finaleing for it, but you can
The
regrow
goose.
it for 4.
He's the goose.
But it's 2x.
Right, and then endurance is
endurance is only 3. Never mind.
perfecto. So it's really how Sam wants to do it. I imagine doesn't want to sack a cookbook, but could, depending on how it's going to work best.
So
Breeding
we're
pool?
Shocking in the breeding pool.
Yeah, good time to get your mana back online before it all gets milled over again. Finale.
And we're just yep.
And the archive trap. Wait, whoa. Sam's okay with this
Yeah.
because
The endurance is already
the endurance that was milled is about to get regrown from this finale. No, come on, Sam. The rubbins. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to assume we were getting endurance. It's the Academy manufacturer.
yeah. I'm sorry, Food Deck. I wasn't
so
familiar with your game.
I was not familiar.
Okay, so we're getting this, which means we're about to get.
Well, Sam's got the Daredevils in hand.
Yep. So he's making.
2 more food, 2 treasures, 2 clues.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Sam. This is kind of one of those moments where you clearly know more than I do.
Yeah.
Show me what's going on.
What's going on here?
Oh, and the hand is just the 2 Daredevils. Okay. Sam is amassing as many things as possible. What's fun is he can sack both the treasures to pop a clue.
Yeah. Why not?
So why not? Because Sam always has access to that loop with having the 2 cookbooks. Don picking up the Oboro and then replaying it out. Now, Sam, you're being rascally.
I mean, this represents the biggest construct you've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. So that's next turn's problem. Oh no.
We're trading off the crab?
Oh, you poor crab.
All right, well,
See ya, buddy.
goodbye. We hardly knew you.
Oh boyo. Sam, incredible. Turning it around here in the final moments of this game.
But Don can still turn it around because I think Sam's deck is small enough that Atasha's might just do it, and he can't get his endurance back that we can
But
see.
he can pay 4, crack a cookbook, pick up endurance, use the treasures, cast the endurance.
Oh, the treasures. That's right. Never mind.
I think Sam already knew this,
Sam-
and I just figured it out.
Yeah, I forget that resources are free.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that
2
doesn't-
lands. Oh sheesh! Wow, incredible. Sam battling against a deck that I think is surgically designed to beat up on what this food deck is trying to do. Sam said and won games 2 and 3, the post board games. Incredible. Big shouts to Don playing this good old Azorius mill deck with a little bit of that spice, and Sam, tried and true, the spiciest of them all, putting it in the food deck. For those who would like to see, take a look. Look at this beautiful. I didn't even remember.
There is 1 endurance.
No.
Wait, there's frogs in this deck?
There are frogs. Yeah, I was about to mention we flipped by some frogs earlier. There's Mox Opal count 1. Just that one.
Yep. Well, okay. One.
Just
one.
hanging out just in case. Yeah, there truly was just the 1 endurance. And Sam kind of masterfully weaved where it was, but always had access to it, which is awesome. Incredible. Very cool. Oh, there's also only 1 Bowmaster, is the one that put the fear into that crap. And if you find folks at home would love to play some of these trading card games, you can come right here to Buffalo Grove, Illinois, the Nerd Rage Gaming home store. Wednesdays, you can see it right there. That's these live streams at 6:30 playing Modern. The store also live streams Thursday, 6:30 Pokemon. But if you're a Magic player, you can come out and play EDH on those days. Fridays will forever and always be Boomer Zoomer night. You can come on out and play Legacy. You can come on out and play Standard. Or you can come out and play One Piece. It is poppin' Friday nights here at the Nerd Rage Gaming home store. Saturday, you can come and play Digimon, or loop back around to Monday and play some Digimon or that Elder Dragon Highlander. And Tuesday is if you're looking to play a little bit of the others category. One Piece, incredibly big, popular game around here. And Lorcana, same deal, incredibly popular game. Right here again, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, at the Nerd Rage Gaming home store. Folks, thank you so much for joining us for round number 2. We're going to hopefully try to get some stuff fixed and find some great people for you. Don't go anywhere. See you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.
What I like about the NRG series is how much of a community it feels like.
It's really cool to be able to meet people that share common interests with you and become friends with them and grow relationships.
I'm able to feel a sense of belonging that I don't feel a lot of other places.
Oh man, it's almost indescribable. A lot of regulars who play the series basically all year, it feels almost like a sort of homecoming. I could tell even from like the first time I started playing.
The atmosphere here is very friendly and almost like a family.
It's just a lot of familiar faces.
Real sense of community. It's really refreshing to be able to spend time with people who I haven't seen in a long time.
Even strangers will just be very welcoming.
I've made a lot of really valuable friendships and other connections.
Ridiculously good energy.
There's a really good community here.
They're also encouraging.
The gathering ends up being so good in and of itself, and honestly I think that's the biggest upside of going to the NRG series.
The NRG series is coming to a Midwest.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to round number 3 of Wednesday Night Modern here from the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. We've got a good in for you. You may recognize Chris from the last round. We got the camera fixed, and we got Chris back in the feature match area. So, welcome back, Chris. I'm Dumb Striker, alongside May.
That's me.
And hello, Raiders! Welcome to our round number 3, and it's another round of Play Along at Home. So, Chris on the left side, if those of you joined us before, it's going to be pretty easy to guess what they're playing. And then our player on the right side, you're going to be able to guess and figure out along with us of what in the world are they playing.
I know what they're playing.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, I know. They showed me their deck in between rounds.
Oh, is it good? Is it sick?
I think it's sick. There's some cool alters in it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I heard big shouts to Chris. Chris returning to Magic after like a 10-year hiatus, and currently 2-0 here at one of the more difficult F&M weekly Magics you could go to at the NRG home store.
Oh, they're playing a different deck than the one they showed me.
Oh no! Wait, what?
So they showed me how they have like some of the coolest Lords of Atlantis I've ever seen.
Wow!
Like modify, like
showed
like
you
drawn
some
by the-
Merfolk. And
yeah,
then,
showed me some Merfolk, and then now is a Thought Scour gamer.
Yeah, and it's probably playing frogs.
Yeah, which is, I mean, they're for the grace of God go I, literally. So
EYE.
yeah, there for the grace of frog go I.
I don't even know what you're quoting, let alone how you're changing it. So big shouts.
Yeah, yeah. That would look a lot funnier as a tweet.
Oh, I see. My bad. And Chris here starting on Thundering Falls, notably a card that does not cast Guide Pride or Ajani, but Plains takes care of that, and here's the Ajani.
Yep. Ajani, I wonder if Ajani is about to meet a spell snare.
Well, frog ball question mark. Sure do be searching here.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see maybe a Stern Scolding or a.
I'm about to say, yeah, the Stern Scolding is the one that would really, really dagger you.
That's more of a sideboard card in the Dimir decks. They are playing
You would think
sometimes
so.
as I would think so. I'm about to get proven wrong here, but I think it's Spell Snare. That's like a 2 to 4 main deck card. There it is. Because Spell Snare is so interesting because it's a card from like Dissension or Guild Pact.
It is in fact Dissension.
I should have just
That's pretty
guessed
good.
myself.
Be confident.
From Dissension that is 21 years old or something.
Yeah. Okay. We can't say these things.
Right? Because Dissension came out in 2003. That's 22 years ago. But the point of the story is not that Dissension is that old.
But the card has matured over that time.
Yes, the card has matured over that time, and countering 2-drops in competitive formats is still
It got
good
better and
enough.
better.
It gets better and better. That this is a main deckable counterspell.
Right.
So, and it doesn't counter. It used to counter Bitter Blossoms.
Right.
It's
It's
now
not
cast
countering a
Radiance.
Bitter Blossom or a Sylvan Caryatid. It's countering a Johnny and a Coddle Pariah. It's countering Psychic Frogs. It's countering Counterspell, right?
Yeah.
It's like these are all cards that kick butt.
Come to think of it, at the time where it would have been countering Bitter Blossoms, I think Bitter Blossom was banned. I might have been thinking of Extended.
It countered it so hard.
Yeah, it countered it. I was thinking of Extended.
We're all always thinking of Extended.
I miss Extended.
Also, I like the Watery Grave in front of the Watery Grave.
Oh, why is this? Oh, because one is tapped and
One's tapped,
not.
one's
Yeah,
untapped.
okay, fair enough.
Obvi.
I like lands in front. So this
This is in front and in back.
yeah, we're covering all of our bases here. Lands are both in front and in back.
Right, grave in the front, grave in the back.
It did counter remand. That's correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a hard counter to remand.
Yeah. And it's one of the few cards in Magic that is guaranteed to trade up on mana, trade up on resource.
That's
that
an
you will
excellent
always
point.
spend 1 to counter 2.
Yep. What are we doing here? Oh, okay.
Just
I was like, what one mana counterspell answers
Thought
Scion
Scour
Trinket?
that Scion. Water in the front, grave in the back, big shouts. I was trying to get to something like that.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
Yeah, it's the Dimir Mullet.
The Dimir Mullet is water in the front, grave in the back.
Yep.
Followed by this Polluti Duty, a.k.a. the Pluta Delta.
That looks like Oculus mana to me.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. You even get to keep one?
You even get to keep one. I don't think you care to keep any of these in particular. I don't think any of those are creatures, from what I can tell. But so this Oculus is going to be bigger
Good
than
blocker.
this Scion, right?
It's bigger than
'Cause
Jeez Louise.
It's bigger than Scion, and Scion doesn't even have its pile of abilities, right?
I will say, since the printing of Abhorrent Oculus, I haven't even thought of the card Scion of Draco.
Right.
And then for the two of them to re-enter conversation, 1v1, 1v1, the Oculus is just bigger.
Oculus is just bigger. So, but big turn coming up for Chris here because I'm pretty sure that Chris does have the arena.
Uh-oh.
And so, do we also have a Kalia and some other?
This is not the Kalia
Oh, it's not
deck.
the Kalia one. Damn, I thought this was the Kalia deck.
Oh, I missed the Kalia deck.
Okay. You know what? I think there was a clue that that it was the Kalia deck because there's a Scion of Draco in play.
It's
but
a dragon.
It is a dragon.
You could have snuck that in.
I really like the Kalia deck.
It is
That's
cool.
all.
It is very cool.
And that was Chris's opponent last round.
It was Chris's opponent.
So here comes a Flage to finish off the Oculus.
Beautiful
Yep.
sequencing there of, entering combat, because why wouldn't
Why
you?
wouldn't you block? You're still sort of trading 1-for-1 here because you are trading your big flyer for their big flyer.
Yes. Now, one of the harder parts is if you have your big Abhorrent Oculus and your opponent swings their 4/4, your alarm bell should be going off, right? Of what's going on here? Should I be blocking? And I personally would fall in the camp of I'm not going to block, I'm not going to fall for your trap. But also, a player could just have like Unearth or something to just get it back after
We've
blocking
got
it.
Unearth. Assuredly, that's another Oculus underneath the Manifest.
Oh, right. Sorry, that's how it works. It must
Yep.
be another
It
Oculus.
must be another Oculus.
Sorry.
The second Oculus is actually only the second most devastating thing that it can be. The most devastating thing it can be
Is the third Oculus?
no.
Oh, sorry.
Is the
Spanish Inquisition.
No, is the Harbinger of the Seas that you flip up during your opponent's upkeep because they don't even get to respond because it's not using the stack. So that
who hurt you or who did you hurt?
I mean, I've been a Blood Moon gamer since forever.
Okay, fair.
Meanwhile, this Thought Scour filling up the graveyard. We are going to have a big Murktide in the future here, I believe.
Is the Merc a lurkin?
The Merc a lurkin. Yes.
As everyone knows. Oh, there was one too.
No, I think they have two in hand.
Big. Okay.
But we're holding up interaction. We're holding up flipping this manifest into
Obviously
something potentially.
an Oculus.
An Oculus. Even a frog is good here. Yeah.
Oh,
What is
now,
this?
Hey, big shouts, everyone. Chris, again, returning 10-year gap of magic. This is what I've heard from our production team. So if you see him asking questions about cards you see all the time, it's because he's never seen them before, okay? So learning that this card just makes free morphs that have Ward 2, like, all that nonsense. Not that this one has
Well,
it,
these
but
boards
like,
don't have.
yeah,
have
this
Ward
one
2.
just has been manifested dreadily.
Yes. So we're counterspelling.
Get it out of here. Get your dragon out of here.
Get this 4/4 out of here.
You didn't even put it in play with Kalia. Get it out of here.
I was really excited.
I heard the excitement too.
So I think we're just
Block the pride.
Yeah. Block the pride.
Absolutely.
What's the trick here, though?
I don't think there is one.
You gain a life.
Is the trick second main another one?
Oh yeah, that would be something.
Bing. There it is.
Oh, because you really want to trigger to get your 1/1.
Yep. So Chris is gonna be able to get that 1/1 here.
We're not. The city has not blessed us just yet.
The city is not blessed. Not blessed by the city. I will say, it is kind of.
We should probably grab a second cat token. Right,
Oh,
because one
there
of
it
these
is.
is untapped.
Oh, great point.
I'm not that the Dimir deck is playing haste creatures, but
It is important for everyone to know. Thinking about cardboard. I'm thinking about cardboard. Just to give.
I mean, I could give here.
Oh, no.
This won't be confusing at all.
Here, I got it.
Give him this.
No.
For those who can't see, I revealed. I revealed another Oculus, which would not be confusing at all as a cat token. I swear. Well, it's more funny if I was trying to find an Oculus. I did show a Fatal Push. Called me out for lying. Anyway, moving here through the sequence, deciding if we want to cast any spells here, Murktide or otherwise.
Boom. Magic card back arrives. And it looks like life totals are correct. They were off for just a moment, but they've been adjusted. Mind you, players might also be keeping track of life totals on a life pad or whatever, but we're trying to play along at home, so we asked them to use this phone here. This isn't even one of these two players. The backup feature match donated this phone. Big Murktide incoming.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
This card is so big.
The full Murky.
I feel like we get so lost in the sauce sometimes about like how powerful cards that we've gotten in recent sets are that sometimes I forget how monstrous Murktide Region can be.
And he's great with his friends Frog and Oculus.
Yeah, as long as they're not
making him. I mean, they're sharing the same food supply.
Yes.
But once the Murktide is in play, we don't mind exiling 6 cards.
Yes. Then it's then they get stronger together.
Right. We don't mind making the frog fly more than once.
We don't mind.
We don't mind.
And the territorial Kavu is here. Mind you,
Kavu's down.
This must be a 5/5. Yep. The Andatha Triumph plus Thundering Falls combo.
Yep.
And the Bowmaster. Shoot that pride.
Yep.
Shoot that cat. Shoot that cat. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Magic has done this dark thing to us.
Yep. We have our Orc Army.
Obviously.
Yeah, our Orc Army.
Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that's an Orc Army. And now, what you got?
Attack for 7 in the air.
Or 8.
Or
cling.
Cling.
I would like to cling.
What are we clinging? Oh,
Is there a
Flage.
Flage? I say, right.
Yeah, wait a second. I forgot about the Flage.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Is there a Flage?
I mean, we're not in danger of having the Flage cast against us yet because there's only one red source across the table. But obviously, when you have the opportunity to cast the Cling, you ought to.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk it.
Oh, and it wasn't even an escaped Cling. It was just a Cling and then 3 bonus mana for an Oculus.
The bonus mana. Let it float.
Yep. But did we exile any instants and sorceries?
Oh, the secret additional text.
Yeah, so that Murktide should have been bigger. Because it looks like we exiled a fresh Spell Snare, from what I can tell, and we also exiled the Cling. So we know that the Murktide should be at least 2 bigger.
I have a sinking suspicion that it won't matter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that you're right.
The thing is they gotta stop giving good cards flying. We can't stand for this. Why does the Oculus fly? Okay, why did they give?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, Murktide is a dragon, so he should fly, and Oculus clearly should fly because look at it.
Yeah, I know. But
it doesn't have legs.
But
all the eyes fly.
Obviously, they should have gave it can't block text then.
Do you see how big it is? How much larger than the humans below?
Yeah, it's a 5/5.
Yeah, it flies.
It's a fly.
It's
fly.
a fly 5.
It's a fly 5.
A 5 fly.
It says fly.
Flying. Yeah.
Okay, thank you all so much. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So we anyway back into the action. We looted away a ley line with our Kavu.
For Chris, yes.
Yep, we're not blocking with the Oculus. We're not even trading away our Orc Army.
Oh, Chris, there's just so much in the air. You have 2 cards.
Well, and the looting.
Did you hear that?
What?
Well, pick it up.
Yeah, welp.
In case you weren't sure, we were in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, the heart of the Midwest. Sometimes when you know that you're dead, you just say "welp" and pick them all up. Sometimes you gotta slap your knee and say, "I got to be going now," or "I should really head out." But hit the whelp and pick them all up. Do we have any lovely, beautiful maybe lists to look at? We got nothing. Hey, Chris, big shouts. I do love what you're playing. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at a little frog ball list though. One of the things that I have seen interesting of variant of what Chris is playing the territorial Kavus. I've seen some folks playing the one that's mono green from Dominar United.
Oh, the cattle brawler?
Because
has trample.
And it's a cat for your Ajani.
And it's a cat for your Ajani. So you know what else is cat?
The Ocelot Pride?
Well, yes, but there's one more zoo card that's a cat.
Wild Nacala doesn't
What?
count.
It's a cat. Wild Nacala is a cat.
It counts, but it's unplayable because they replaced it with the other cats.
The other cats are better, but I'm saying it's a cat.
Understood. This is a lovely example of Dimir Frog Tideless for the folks at home. Recently doing so well on the internets. And shout out to Gendrick. They came by and played here at the store. I mean, a while ago now it feels, but oh goodness. Last Chicago PT. Yeah, the folks from across the pond were here in town jamming some games. And big shout out to this incredible Dimir Murktide list. Cards that could be in the sideboard.
That was a
Whoa.
fun PT because a bunch of those Italian pros were also at the NRG the weekend before.
Yes, that's one of the fun parts about Chicagoland being such a centralized location. So they're incentivized to put PTs in this area because it's the middle of the United States, right?
It is the Midwest.
It's the Midwest.
O'Hare's the busiest airport in the country.
It's true because it's the middle, so a lot of connecting flights will
Yep.
stop and stuff too. And one of the parts that's really great is, as we were saying, is there was an NRG the week before that many players, their travel plans were fly in, play the NRG event, and then play the PT 3 days later.
Yeah.
Which is how I got absolutely stomped in that team event where I played against like 3 pros hanging out together.
I remember I played in the Pioneer event and I was like, okay, round 2, I'm gonna play Marcio Carvalho, and then no, Chris Calcano. And
Great.
I won barely, and my prize for winning was to get matched against Marco Del Pivo.
Yeah,
And I
the
was
next
like,
round
nope.
of just keep going.
It was like, nope, not that one didn't work out for me.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
It's fun,
everyone
though.
loves to test their mettle, the cut of their jib against like incredible players, but maybe not all at once.
Anyway, so the sideboard here.
It's Dimir cards. Check them out.
Yeah, you're looking at Stern Scoldings, maybe, because it's countering a bunch of the important cards. It's not countering the
What's Kavu on the stack?
a 5/5.
It's a 5/5. Woof.
It's like Tarmogoyf.
I couldn't have told you. I would have asked you what
Oh.
Tarmogoyf was on the stack.
But whatever.
It has stars. Yeah.
It is stars. So, but Stern Scolding is still good. Toxic Deluge, not a slouch here. Meathook Massacre, not a slouch. Engineer Explosive, not a slouch. So, bunch of options.
Can you do engineering explosives for 12?
You probably are not doing it for 12, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
pretty good at 1.
It's pretty good at 1. It's pretty good at 2.
Pretty good at 2.
Pretty good at 0 if you got to clean up a bunch of the
Yep.
leaky cats. But this deck is a lot of 1s and 2s, and then a card that plays like a 2 that happens to cost 12.
Right. So it seems like if we have a list like this, right, we're probably taking out something that we're taking out the forces, or maybe even trimming on the counterspells for something like Stern Scolding and your sweepers, just because you are looking to have your sweepers answer 2 cards or 3 cards instead of just 1.
As a Dimir gamer yourself, how do you feel about Thoughtseize against aggro decks?
Probably not keeping in Thoughtseize either.
Yeah, great question. Good job, me. Slam dunk there.
I might leave in the spell bombs or whatever graveyard hate. The
cling. Yeah, we got the cling.
Probably leaving in cling because we still
Gotta eat that flage.
we got to make sure we're taking care of Flage. So yeah, I think you're bringing in a couple of sweepers. You're upgrading some of your spells from 2-mana interactions to 1-mana interactions, like counterspell down, Stern Scolding in. Fatal Push still great. You don't want to trim on your threats.
Yeah, Fatal Push the same thing. Cannot take down a Scion.
No,
you just
take
can't
that-
push it.
It's way too heavy
Too
to
big
push.
to push.
It's made of metal or stone or
And dragon.
something. And dragon.
It's made of metal, stone, and dragon,
Yeah.
which is a crazy combination.
Yep. This is a mirror match.
No, how?
Think about it, right? Both of these decks have
They
expensive.
both have eyeballs.
No, they have expensive dragons with mana discounts.
Yeah, this is true.
So,
Folks, undisputed.
yeah.
Big dragon-ish mirror here.
Yeah, Scion of Draco and Murktide Regent have a lot of commonality.
Yes, of course. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Wish we had a camera for you to see
No,
how exasperated
no.
you look at this. This is fun.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Chris, I don't blame you having a little trouble here figuring out what to do. What's hard with the Zoo deck, right, is it's just like 4s across the board of cards that do their exact role. So then trying to sideboard is going, well, which of these, 4 ofs do I not like, or are you a trimmer and you just take like one of a couple of things out? And it's hard to decide.
It is hard to decide. Okay, so we have Harbingers. Either those were in the main,
Oh,
or they came in from the sideboard. But
it's gonna be so good.
can be pretty good against this domain deck. Probably not running a ton of basics, and when you're trying to cheat on mana with your Murktide equivalent, or power up your Kavus and all your lands are islands, not very strong. Not very
I believe we're about to lick our lips as our domain opponent puts a Triumph into play. Okay,
Nope.
it's just a surveil.
Just a surveil land.
Now we've
Nope.
seen.
Just kidding.
Here comes. Okay.
Nope.
We've seen the cards in Chris's deck. Cards that being cast with blue mana are none, 0,
0.
zilch, nada. So, do you have a basic?
Well, we could be getting Temple Garden.
Yep. I think that was a Leyline of the Void. Send that to the bottom. Not quite where it needs to be.
Oh yeah, it doesn't go to the bottom actually. It goes to the graveyard.
Hey, Chris, they upgraded Skylands. Depending on who you are, they've
Yep.
been upgraded.
We have a Godless Shrine in hand also.
And Johnny was just the rip for the time. Oh, basic planes.
Basic Plains, never mind.
We've seen this planes before. And what's nice about this deck, coalescing on Guide Pride of Johnny, is all 3 of them are white cards. So access to this planes is access to a lot of your cards.
And we're also getting this 2-drop down around
Spell Snare.
Spell Snare or
Stern Scolding.
Stern Scolding.
Finish each other's sentences.
We finish each other's
sandwiches. Sink into stupor as the
Sulpurus Springs as
Yeah.
as a lightning bolt. Pass. So we're holding up interaction here. We've got Thought Scour, Fatal Push, Counterspell, maybe.
Yeah, so if you're this Dimir player, right, you need to kind of deal with the threats to slam the Harbinger and hope that Chris's deck lines up awkwardly of actually needing more than just the planes as their colored mana sources. Like a Territorial Kavu, nowhere near being cast.
Right. Okay, so we're putting this into play tap. So we might be casting another 2-drop.
This is a lot of lands that don't cast Territorial Kavu.
It is a lot of lands that don't cast Territorial Kavu. And I think very soon, don't tap for Ajani.
Why does a Johnny flip a Johnny?
Ajani does.
Why?
So do you Fatal Push the other Ajani here?
No. The board states can be the same, but you have your Fatal Push in hand.
Well, no. If you Fatal Push
Oh,
the
in
other,
response to
yes.
yes.
So if you Fatal Push the other Ajani, then you don't
Yes.
end up with a flipped Ajani.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was like, no, because they're both going to see one die, but obviously
No.
that's not how it works.
Yeah. So I think we're considering this. We don't have a straight counterspell. So I think that's the thing we're thinking about right now. It still is like not great that you'll be looking at Ajani and 2/2/1 cats. That's a lot of damage that's about to come through. What are we doing? Do we have counterspell?
Ooh. Getting the fake out. Resolved.
Okay.
They are correct that the state-based legend ruling will happen before any tokens are created.
Yep.
Is this again? Oh, now pushing response. Oh, this is the perfect timing. Because now both are gone. This one's sacked to legend rule, which means this one's trying to trigger, and then that one gets pushed.
Oh.
Beautiful timing.
Interesting. So that's actually...
This is how you get both the Johnnies. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Now there's just 2/2/1s, and your deck can deal with 2/2/1s.
Yeah, we're not as worried about the 2/1s.
But also, I recommend finding a swamp before you get this Harbinger into play. Oh, just kidding. Ripped it. That was the drop return with swamp.
Yep.
So now this Delta is able to get a basic, knowing that swamp will be available as the card in hand. 2 swamps?
I think we just...
2 swamps?
I need 2
Two
swamps
swamps.
if
Two
I can't have
swamp.
you. Oh yeah, you wouldn't get that. Never mind. There was a very popular song 25 years ago
Oh, great. Yeah.
from the state of Maine that probably did not get play in the Midwest.
Okay,
And the
understood.
chorus was something along the lines of like, "I need 2 girls if I can't have you."
I see. Wow.
It was like a
what a
pop-punk song.
compliment.
Yeah. Anyway, so I need 2 swamps if I can't have you.
If you want to send that to me, I'm a pop punk enjoyer.
I will send it to you.
And it sounds very stupid.
It's called Paranoid Social Club.
for everyone out
And
there.
actually, yeah, Paranoid Social Club, 2 girls.
2 girls.
Yeah.
Everyone, 2 girls. Which what Chris has in play. If you know the identity of these cat warriors.
Yeah. A third of Johnny, Mr. President.
Jeez. a third of Johnny has hit the battlefield.
Has hit the battlefield.
Oh my. Oh yeah. Yep. There's those magic card backs I gave them. Another 2/1. How dare you, Chris, to not have 3 of the official token?
Having 3 of Johnny's to cast off your basic planes in the face of Harbinger of the Seas is
Pretty good.
Pretty sick.
Big shouts, Chris. Welcome back. You're doing it, buddy.
I think we, though I think here we get to cast Fatal Push,
And
giving
then cast
us
an eyeball.
and then giving us exactly 6 cards and casting an eyeball.
Yup. Here we
No,
go.
you have to cast. Nope, you have to cast Fatal Push first.
I thought I saw 6 for a second, so there might have been some cards stuck together.
Oh, I thought it was only 5, but I could be wrong. Murktide does not.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. The thing about Murktide when it's a manifest is it's actually kind of bad because you have to pay 7 to
For
flip
your
it up
3/3?
for
That's
your
a
3/3 flyer.
scornful egotist.
Yeah, it's very scornful egotist.
Very scornful egotist coded.
Yeah.
And still access to this fatal push. Off
Well, I know this. The scornful egotist actually only flips up for 1 or 2 or something, but it costs 8 to cast.
Yes, it becomes like an 8-mana 1/1.
Yeah, it's an 8-mana 1/1, which is important because during that block you could like counter target spell unless they pay X, where X is equal to the highest CMC among creatures you control.
Yeah,
I didn't play during.
There was
block.
mana cost matters in the set. That's
Yeah.
why I know scornful egotist exists, and that mystery face down has been blocked by one of the 2/1s.
Yep, and then
Ajani.
so Ajani is about to flip.
Wait,
why don't
push,
we fatal push the fatal push the Ajani? No.
Oh, here comes. Oh,
No,
oh.
wait. Oh, I guess maybe we're just gonna kill it with the Oculus.
Just kill it with the Oculus.
That's the thing that you can do. You can just attack Ajani with the Oculus.
Chris has no board state. And cling. The ley line. Get it out of here. I don't even want to look at it. Drawing of a consider. Some cantrips available as well. Untippity tappity. Big eyeball in play.
We didn't even put the loyalty counters on Ajani. We're just
Chris knows.
Yep, we're just put Ajani in the graveyard.
Where are you going with that? Oh, Johnny.
Bonk.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Island. Thinking face. I've identified a thinker. Consider.
I guess we're interested in having some fuel to escape this.
Escape it to cling.
Escape the cling. Yeah, we don't really bin the counter or the cantrip. Draw another card.
It's like the cantrip problem of like, is cantripping into cantripping actually something, or do you let the cantrip go and get the card after it? It depends on how much you need the raw cardboard, but here surveilling it over means you still get the raw cardboard for your Murktide, for your second Oculus.
Yeah, in the position that we're in here, where the Oculus is already in play, you probably don't care about growing your graveyard too much because it's pretty well stocked as it is.
Yeah, because it'll stock itself for the second one.
Right, and you're in a pretty good spot where you know that your opponent has already cast 3 Ajanis and you've dealt with them all. So
that is true.
You still have some resources.
And we know from the bird's eye view that Chris is down to only 9 castable threats in the deck. 1 Ajani and the 8 1-drops.
Eventually, we'll be able to cast potentially the
big Scion?
Well, I was going to say they have the basic mana to cast their ley line to free their lands, potentially.
The
white ley line?
I don't... Oh, what?
Because they have... So it's 6 mana, discounted by 2 is 4 mana. So they have enough mana right now that they can...
For the Leyline Binding.
Leyline Binding,
yes.
yeah. But now it's too late.
Uh-oh, Murktide's here. And here comes the important Oculus.
But now we have 9 power of fly. Oh, we have...
Yes, there's a lot of
No, we have
power
more
of
than that. 9 with 12 power with flying.
Magic, you gotta stop giving cards flying. That's a curled Ocelot Pride if I've ever seen one. Just kidding. You don't get to see it.
Nope, we're gonna cast it.
There it is. I know that Chris just got back into the game, and I'm wondering if he got a whole deck together because he only bought the foils.
Maybe.
And here's that counterspell, taking out Ocelot Pride. Chris doesn't know it, but that is a song old as time for the past few months.
Yep.
And there's the uncastables. We've seen them.
Brutal.
Whoa, Static Prison. Static Prison was 2 cards deep, so Chris had additional outs that we didn't even consider in the form of Static Prison. But Harbinger of the Seas doing its job in shutting down greedy mana bases here out of the domain player. And congratulations, advancing to 3-0 with Demir, Froculus, Frog Ball, whatever you want to call it. The Demir good cards, and they all got flying.
I think Frog Ball is my favorite name for the deck.
Frog Ball good.
Frog Ball good.
Or at one point, I think we called it a very Demir, very eyeball or something.
Yeah, very Demir, very eyeball. That's a good one.
It's very great. And Chunk Chunk, wouldn't you believe this? It's wild over here, folks. So we've got Scott on the left side playing Yawgmoth, and on the right side we got Brian playing 4-color control, red white with frogs.
Red white with frogs.
Yeah, with the overlap of the good blue cards.
So what do we got? We got Subtlety in the bin. Looks like there's an exiled Flage.
This glare, this moment of hatred, that's Yogg Dog. There he is.
There he is.
That's Yogg. It's Yoggin time. And Scott with a Grist and a Chord of Calling in hand. But the hard part is getting through the counter magic of this 4-color frog control deck.
We got two copies of Wrath of the Sky.
Oh, for Tepper? Uh-oh.
Yeah, for Tepper. And then 3 extra cards. A bunch of other stuff.
I think this is the first time that we've had what I'm about to say happen, which is the Clue token in play for Brian Tepper, starring Kamari, who is here actively playing in this event today locally. We've had this in like big energy events or like in champs, but I think this is the first time that an on-camera appearance of both the player and the token has happened.
Oh, that's fun.
Because there's Kamari and his team's token.
Yep, so we're white, black, blue, red. 4 mana, takes down.
And a Yawgmoth into exile, that's the worst place for your Yawgmoth to be.
You don't want him in exile, no.
You don't want him to be there. And now Scott looks like has added 2 cards since I last looked, and they're a land and another Yawgmoth. So, time to try all over again.
Why not just draw another Yawgmoth?
Why not? You earned it.
You earned it, buddy.
And it looks like, based on records here, Scott with Yawgmoth took down game number 1, which is a feat in itself, because every time you play this deck, it feels like a slog to get through counterspells and subtleties and everything else. But I grew up in the mean streets of attacking with Satyr Wayfinder, and Yawgmoth plays that way a lot, right? Of just poking and chipping away at someone, and that's how you can beat a control player, is just getting a little bit at a time.
So now I'm actually wondering if the pile that has Counterspell, Brain Surge, Flage is the graveyard or the exile zone?
Graveyard.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian. Beautiful timing. Really appreciate it. Picking up the prismatic ending with the Tamiyo Seasoned Scholar. 2nd minus ability.
Yep. It's white, black, red.
How about one more?
How about one more? Blue?
How about one more? Yeah, I think Tepper figuring out what to do with his mana.
It's got to be blue because you have your other dual land.
Oh, because black and white.
And you have black and white basics.
I think Tepper's going to figure that out and fire off this prismatic ending on Yawgmoth once again.
Yeah, I think we start drawing some cards here. Okay, so we trade 1/1 token for a -1/-1 token. So net, no changes.
Yeah, sacrificing the Eldrazi Scion there to try to activate Yawgmoth.
Yep, looks like we're doing it again. Nope, we're fetching Dryad Arbor.
I think it's in Scott's hand.
Oh, we're just fetching a Surveil land.
Or actually, I think I saw the Dryad Arbor in the yard. You can see just the future sight border.
Ah, yes.
But Tepper now firing, at least as we know, since we've joined this game, a 2nd Yawgmoth entering exile. Means Scott does not have a lot of Yawgmoths left. And it is quite literally the name of the whole deck.
Yeah. Ooh, Soul Cauldron on top.
Could eat Brian's Flage.
Can eat Brian's Flage.
Could eat Brian's Flage.
So we're Bowmasters, just hanging out.
The best Raise the Alarm has ever been. Scott ripping.
That's accurate.
It's accurate.
It is oftentimes a Raise the Alarm.
That deals 1.
That deals 1. And sometimes
scares your opponent.
Scares your opponent from attacking with Frog, the best card in the format.
Okay.
Raise the alarm, which disincentivizes attacking with the best card in the format. Incredible.
I don't. You didn't mention Primeval Titan at any point, so I'm not sure what you're trying to get
I
at.
hate Primeval Titan.
Understood. A lot of people do. This guy here, 3 mana.
If Primeval Titan has 10,000 haters, I am
one
one.
of them.
If Primeval Titan has 100 haters, I am one.
Primeval Titan has 1 hater.
If the world is against Primeval Titan,
The world.
or if the world is for Primeval Titan, I am against
Against
the
the world?
Yeah.
If you are not hating Primeval Titan with me, I will assume you're hating Primeval Titan against me. As Scott slams down a Grist here, I think kind of deciding what to do with the Grist. The issue being is there's not a lot of food to feed for the destroy ability, but also what's a bug gonna do?
Yeah, I mean you can make a bug sort of investing in your future. You probably don't if you trade your Bowmaster for the frog, that's kind of your Bowmaster's already taking care of the frog in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
You could also be looking just to like spin through your Grist. Like what if you're interested in spinning through your Grist to put it in your graveyard to feed
to get to Cauldron faster?
To get your Cauldron faster.
This Cauldron's going to eat the Flage. No abilities granted this way, but it's no longer in Tepper's graveyard. Importantly, if Scott does find a way to kill the frog, could turn all of his creatures into frogs using the Soul Cauldron, eating one of the Psychic Frogs. Here goes Grist, Big Rips,
Blood Artist.
So very importantly, I was kind of thinking through this, that specifically because Tepper has used Prismatic Ending twice on Yawgmoth, it's not available in the graveyard for Scott to Cauldron it, because that's not where it went upon it being removed, which also makes things harder. The Blood Artist being in the graveyard makes things really hard for Scott.
Scott, where's your bug token?
Well, also, I know where Scott's endurances are, and they are not in a place that can help him put this Blood Artist back into his deck. Because I'm pretty sure it's also in this shiny graveyard.
He should have a bug though, right?
Y'all should have a. There it goes.
Okay,
There you go. There we go. Bug alert. There it is. That's a bug.
That is a bug. That's a beast.
If I've ever seen one, that's a bug. Are bugs animals? Sound off. I need to know.
I think bugs are animals.
Okay, great. Good to know. He was debating it over there. Okay. Phoeba believes bugs as animals. Very, very good. Very important for us to know. Tepper counting the mana. Prismatic Ending once again. Answering the Bowmasters, which I think means we must be trying to Brain Surge.
We could be trying to Brain Surge, or even just unlocking our frog finally.
Unlocking the frog. Unlock the frog within you. For one payment of $119.99, you can get my 5-week class to unlock the frog within.
Yeah, that's a good. You're buying a Demir sideboard guide.
Yes,
and it's called Unlocking the Frog Within.
That's pretty good. Hey.
Right?
And you're right. This is in fact quote unquote unlocking the frog, so this can rumble on in.
Yeah, we're gonna discard the extra Wrath of Skies. We don't need 2 of them. Oh, that was a -1/-1 counter.
Oh, from the Yawgmoth.
From the Yawgmoth. So Frog is taking
So Frog definitely couldn't attack the Bowmaster as it was an 0-1 at the
Yeah.
time, so that makes even more sense.
Yep, we don't want to make an 0-1 that draws a card. That's just not.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It is, I mean, it's cool, I guess.
It's a card that would incentivize you to like figure something out, right? I mean, it just screams like play with Pump Spell, but 0-1 that draws a card is cool.
0-1 that draws a card is cool.
Underground Mortuary number 2. Scott kind of on the hunt for a good card to mill over with this Cauldron now in play.
Yeah, so we're looking to mill something over to turn our bug into super bug.
Gotta turn this bug into super bug. We gotta give it cool abilities.
We gotta give it cool abilities. We can start bullying the Tameo.
I do love bullying Tameo.
So even if you're just attacking the Tameo for 2, that means that Brain Surge is killing the Tameo, so you're kind of keeping it under control, right?
Oh.
Which is not nothing.
Not nothing. Scott debating that top card.
We like it.
And Scott's got a Quarter Calling in hand, so that could become.
We drew
Wall of
Roots. Do we need the mana?
Food for Grist?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's food for Grist. If now that the frog is unlocked, you want to just deal with it?
Yeah, I would love to deal with it. Now, Scott also has a Court in hand. That could become a Bowmaster. Goodbye, Green Something.
Green's on down.
Another bug. 2 bug.
We're just attacking for 1.
But
Oh, we're attacking for nothing, actually. Oh, we're attacking for 1.
it's going to become 1 again. Dryad Arbor.
Yep.
They all are mana creatures now, if they have 1/1 counter. So, deals 1. Tameo, this flip Tameo, if you plus it, you can't kill a Splinter Twin. They all get -1 power.
Well, you can't kill a Splinter Twin unless you're playing Pestermite.
We talked about this. You can't play Pestermite.
Pestermite is not great in a Bowmaster's world.
Yep.
But I'm saying that as a one-of, as
Oh,
a means to fight through Tamios.
And there's Bowmasters in like a deck and a half. It's like sometimes in Dimir and it's sometimes in Yogg. So we're fine.
We're fine. We don't need it.
Tepper, now would be a great time to crack this clue. It's just been hanging.
It would be a great time to crack the clue.
You gotta crack this clue, I think.
We did it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Ru-
Goodbye, Kamari. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Here we go, big rips.
Ephemerate?
Oh yeah. I saw Brian ephemerate an Obsidian Charmaw against Titan earlier today.
I love that.
Yeah, it was pretty
good.
Pretty good.
Destroying a couple of non-basic lands with your 4/4 flyer is great.
Yes. I don't know what this ephemerate's doing.
Solitude? There's probably a Solitude in this deck. You can ephemerate a Subtlety.
Yes. Both are true. I'm on board.
Yep. So we're... How many
Brian.
prismatic endings are you going to cast this game?
Now, do you think this is for the Cauldron or for the Grist?
Grist.
I'm inclined to agree.
We're tapping 3 mana.
Okay, that's cheating. That's insider knowledge.
Yeah, I'm cheating a little bit with that, but
I fully agree. This Grist has text. The Cauldron's like a little annoying, but Tepper can figure it out.
yeah.
Oh.
And if the Cauldron gets like completely out of hand, we've got a Wrathus, guys.
Right. The question is if it's a Wrath for 2, it's gonna eat this frog too.
Right. It's the nuclear option.
The nuclear. Yeah, that's true.
So
Here comes
we don't
the
have
frog.
enough. We don't have enough fuel for the frog.
Now Scott could court for 2 here. So I think we're gonna court for a Bowmaster.
Can you court for a Bowmaster?
Oh yeah, he can court for more than Bowmaster.
I'm thinking of Green Sun Zenith.
Yeah, this is a court for 3.
Grist
So,
again?
Endurance. Because this would be a weird time for your Grist, right?
It would be a weird time for Grist.
And
It
was
was a court for 4.
Sorry, put your Xbox away. Daddy's home. Okay, Yakumon's here. Now this is interesting because Scott's going to be able to trade his cards in play for cards in Brian's hand, right? Because to try to nullify these counters, Brian's going to discard cards.
Yeah, so now you don't even have to block the frog.
No. Even though I guess Yawgmoth could. Not sure where we are exactly in the order of all this here.
Is that a Fulminator Mage?
For Scott,
Yeah.
yes. Hand is Outland Liberator and Fulminator Mage. Pretty sick.
So
Good cards
Ephemerate.
to put under your Cauldron. Oh, Ephemerate the Frog. In response,
No, we're discarding the Ephemerate.
that makes more sense. In response, the Wall of Roots is going to get thrown at the Frog. And
Oh, we're like, we really want to draw with this frog.
that's what I said, right? Scott's kind of trading his cards in play for Brian's cards in hand. And Scott's going up on cards each time
Yep.
due to Yawgmoth.
So we decided,
Just one? Little poke?
pokes for 1, picks up Solitude, but hand is Solitude, other frog.
Okay. 2 Frog.
So play another frog.
2 Frog, 2 Furious. Go ahead. My favorite part about Psychic Frog is when you look at it upside down, it looks normal.
It does.
It just looks like a guy. But then when you look at it his right way, it's like, how you holding on there, buddy?
How is he holding on?
I don't. There's toes right there.
I mean, there's toes. There's
Everyone knows they got toes. And now we got Scott with the Fulminator in hand, the Outland Liberator, and 2 additionals as the cards card per turn, and the ones being ripped from the Yawgmoth card draw effect. And now Scott, I think, is choosing a sampler platter of what to put in the Cauldron.
I also wonder, is he lining up turning Shifting Woodland into Blood Artist?
That's a good thing to do.
I don't know that. I mean, it doesn't kill Brian here, but when you're at 4,
When you're at 4.
and you have some frogs.
You'd like to not be at 4.
You're not in a position where you want to like. You have to be careful not to just die.
I think the Fulminator Mage is coming. Oh, nope.
Nope. Fulminator doesn't do anything.
It's best.
It does its best. Yeah. There's lots of opportunities for Fulminator Mage to do something, but not on this particular board state.
Yes. And Brian does seemingly have access to fetch for Surveillance, bin whatever card it is, to be able to get both of these frogs flying, and then have his drop return as 2 cards of pitch for 4 damage. So
Right. Which whether the frog is gaining a power because you're ditching a card or Scott's paying a life.
True, right. You have to
Right.
pay life for the Yawgmoth. So, Scott, what diddle it be?
So this is a tricky position to navigate.
I find this so much when you play Yawgmoth. It feels like every position is a tricky position.
So we are.
It is Blard.
It is Blardust.
It is. It is Paul Blardist. Getting shifting woodlanded.
Yeah, I think that's.
Thanks, Tapper.
Yep.
Puts it right back.
Yep.
Also appreciate that.
Yep.
So it's in the correct zone.
So first we rumble.
I guess we rumbling. Just the boog.
Yeah, we take 2 here. We're not overly concerned with that.
Now what, Scott? Kill a frog or try to.
So shrink a frog, pay a life, but
Don't lose anything. But Tepper takes the 1 instead.
yep, Brian. Tepper takes 1.
Because we're painting with blood now.
Play
All
a
of
Wall of
Roots.
Roots.
That's make a mana sacrifice.
Yeah, make a mana.
Yep.
Sacrifice it.
Frog.
Kill the frog.
Target that frog.
Go up a life. Unless we're not discarding a Solitude. Okay, we're not even doing that.
Because we're gonna proliferate now that both frogs have a counter on them.
We don't have double black.
Oh, I think there's a black floating.
Is that a black? I think that's the green.
Oh yeah,
that's
it's from
floating.
the wall.
Yeah. The black die represents a green mana floating. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure.
Fetch for swamp. Oh, you forgot to draw.
Oh, forgot to draw off the Yawgmoth.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Cauldron allows any color.
To activate abilities of cards with a 1/1 counter on them. So Scott could put a counter on his Yawgmoth to give it the ability to funnel any color of mana. I believe it, though, only does apply to cards that have counters on them. Oh, boyos. I mean, we said it's a confusing, intense moment, and
Yeah.
forgetting to draw off your Yawgmoth is definitely the one of the very important parts.
Yeah, he drew the swamp. So he just plays the swamp instead
Can't
of
believe this.
We did it. Okay.
And one of our judges is, in fact, Brian here in the feature match area, so he's helping mitigate his own judge call here. Creatures you control with 1/1 counters have all activated abilities. So if Scott does, in fact, use the Cauldron to put a counter on the Yawgmoth, he could then use the green mana to activate that proliferate ability. Wait,
Or maybe it was a black mana floating all along.
Yep, so now he's discarding the Fulminator Mage. One of these frogs is going to get saved by a pitch. Nope, the Solitude's too
No,
important.
you need the Solitude to kill the Yawgmoth.
Well.
So Scott's going up 2 life. Brian's going down 2 life because of the Blood Artist. Oh, this is also pretty cool. So when you go to Solitude, oh, they missed the Blood Artist life for the 2 frogs.
Aw.
But the Fulminator going underneath the Cauldron is also cool here because when you
Y'all
go,
can self-sacrifice.
yeah, so Yaw gets to self-sacrifice to go under the Cauldron on a later turn.
Wow, you're right.
Very cool.
Keeping it safe from the Solitude. Now, Brian does get to remove it, but it's going to be in the graveyard, so Scott can either put it under the Cauldron or it can be a woodland target of letting it become a Yawgmoth. But woodland's kind of got Blood Artist's name on it, and then
Yeah.
allows the Soul Cauldron to have Yawgmoth's name on it. Brian quickly tapping. Oh, 2 white? Interesting. You can tap 2 white and hold up double blue? Dang. Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Bonk.
Bah. Is he going to do it? Oh. Goodbye.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Yawgmoth.
Well.
Oh, the May I See Your Exile? I believe it's 3 Yawgmoths and a Grist. Oh, and a Bowmasters.
And a Bowmasters. Okay, so we kind of Brian gets away with murder.
Literally.
That's. I mean, this is a complicated board state. We only know that because we have a God's Eye view, right? A lot of moving pieces, but there was an out to Solitude as an answer.
Correct. Yawgmoth's ability to sacrifice another creature, but it currently had the ability of the creatures in the cauldron,
Yeah,
which would have been Fulminator
Which
Mage.
is Fulminator Mage, which is sacrifice to...
Sacrifice this creature.
Sacrifice this creature to destroy a non-basic land.
Which you
So
could have sacked the Yawg to that ability.
Yeah, so you can sack the Yawg, and you could have even prevented one of these untapped blue sources if you were worried about something like Counterspell.
Oh, yeah, munch on the blue source with the Fulminator effect.
Yep.
And now, mana. Scott's just going to establish mana.
Yep.
And is on the hunt for specifically Cord, not Green Sun Zenith, because Green Sun cannot find the namesake Yawgmoth.
Or just draw the fourth Yawgmoth. Oh, the last card in hand was a Flooded Strand, so we're not that concerned. And then we picked up another Solitude, I think.
Okay.
Maybe?
Okay, Brian. I mean, I know how control players win, and it's turning Solitude sideways. I've seen this before.
Yep. If only we had a Kahira.
Yeah, what the heck, Brian? You're playing these frogs?
Yeah.
Is that card even good?
Do we attack here just to gain 3 life?
Of course. There's like no power in play.
That's true. I mean, you're not worried about your guy dying.
Not even a little.
Yeah, you just block and...
Munch.
I gained 3.
That was Lightning Helix, baby.
It's more like Healing Solve.
You're right. Because the wall didn't die.
Yeah, the wall didn't die. It's just you gain 3 life.
I mean, we'll take it, though.
Could
We
you-
will take it.
Healing Solve, same cycle as Ancestral Recall. Surgical.
And Lightning Bolt and Giant
Lightning
Growth.
Bolt. Surgicaling.
Self-surgical?
Self-surgical your own frogs?
Is that what's happening here?
Oh, because you don't want Delighted Halfling to become a frog.
Oh, yeah. You don't want the Cauldron to take the frogs.
Yep.
Good timing, Brian. I think you could have waited until the Cauldron was activated, but do it now.
Yeah, you never know.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Using his actual black mana, I've never seen Surgical actually paid for. Showing Scott, I have no targets for your Cauldron.
Is Surgical, do you have to reveal your hand or is it look at?
Oh. Great question.
Let's look it up.
If it's look, then Tepper looks at his own hand
Yeah,
all
looks
the time.
at his own hand.
All the time.
It's choose target card in a graveyard. Search that. Oh, you're searching your
you
own
search,
hand. Okay, yeah. No worries then.
All good. Brian's been searching his hand over and over.
Yeah. So now we're in beats.
Scott really would like to draw a Yawgmoth or Cord.
We would love to draw Yawgmoth. Love to
Even
draw
a
Cord.
Grist. Grist would be really helpful for Scott right now.
What is this? Another prismatic ending?
If I was Scott, I would love like a Scavenging Ooze if you got one. Just a card with text on it.
Oh, it is ending. Goodbye, Cauldron.
Yeah, great spot. This was kind of the card turning everything into threats, and Scott knows it. You can see.
Oh, is he deciding if he wants to destroy one of these lands on its way out?
because
Is your 2/3 beater better than a random non-basic?
probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, as in, I want to keep my 2/3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because we're not taking Brian off any mana, any
Chunk.
colors.
All right, what do you think this Shifting Woodland is a copy of? Is it Endurance?
Shifting Woodland is Endurance.
About to eat this
Oh,
Solitude.
because it eats the Solitude.
Sure does.
Yep.
Brian completely forgot. You can see it on his face there.
So this is an interesting question. So Scott is up 1-0. Likelihood that Brian can end this game before the end of the
We
round.
have to be so close to time already.
We've got to be close to time.
And, whoa, using your Woodland? Scott.
Yeah, cast Woodland Liberator.
Scott.
Or, sorry, cast Outland Liberator.
Scott. And
Day-
now it's daytime? You're
now
doing
it's
this to us
daytime.
too? Scott.
Well, now it's nighttime. Frenzied Trapbreaker is here.
You pulled that out so quickly.
I like werewolves.
It is, in fact, Frenzy Trapbreaker.
I told you.
I knew. I knew you were right, but the world knows now as well. Again, boot up this woodland. Let's fight.
Booting up the woodland for
Oh.
extra damage. Maybe we don't need it.
Brian fought this game for so long. Got away with murder on that Yawgmoth, and I think he says 3 lands in hand now.
Yeah.
An endurance from Scott. End step.
Just
Here
cast
comes.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the surgical. Sheesh. Well, congratulations to Scott on Yawgmoth taking it down. A grueling game. I hope you watch this back. There's more to learn. I feel like Yawgmoth, you learn something new every single time you play it. So I hope you stop on by and see even a little bit more of some of the cool lines that we even found for you. If you enjoy what Brian was doing, which, I mean, who doesn't? Look at this Jeskai Splash Frog.
Jeskai Splash Frog.
So much importance on casting this Psychic Frog that there is a swamp in this Jeskai control deck. I mean, with that being said, thank you all so much. That was a grueling match. Get a stretch, get some water. We will see you for the final round number 4 here from the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finals of the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. You're not gonna believe it, but as we promised to the people, it's Titan time.
It is Titan time.
Yep. So we have Isaac. Isaac, an incredible player. Latched on a Titan not too long ago. I don't know if I think Isaac's lost many games since picking up Titan. And David on the left side, a tried and true scam gamer for a long time. Haviv and I labeled him the nicest person playing the meanest decks. And
Ooh, I
here
like
playing
that.
Boros Energy.
It's again. It's the same thing again. Because Boros Energy is the mean deck.
I agree. He is not the hero. Somehow the hero in this situation is Amulet Titan.
I don't agree with that.
Okay. Fair.
No, I'm just here to be a hater. So I think the thing about Magic is we need more heals. We need more haters.
We have talked about this.
Yeah, we need heals and haters.
Yeah. Well, I
No,
don't
like
want.
the
I don't
fun-
want
the-
a hater.
Like
I
the
want
fun
a.
kind.
I want
Like,
a WWE style
That's what
hater.
I'm saying. Yeah, I want heals. I want.
Yeah, heals are great.
Yeah.
Yes, heals.
Yeah.
Heals with 2L are people who have made heel turns, which can refer to people that become villains.
Yeah, like
in,
Batista.
I mean, I love Dave Batista. All
So
right,
do
big,
I.
Big shouts, everyone. Man, I love Dave Batista. He's way better than The Rock or John Cena. Anyways,
100%. Both as an actor and as a
wrestler, he was so
wrestler.
fun.
He was so fun.
Aftermath Analyst has entered the chat through these cards being milled over here for Isaac. Isaac, just want to say, you're playing the Rumble version of Titan. I love you. Love Rumble. Hate Explore. Just saying. Min plays Explorer. Min has the beautiful Lord of the Rings Explorers of Frodo
Ooh.
and Sam like walking off into a sunset.
So someone says that's a wild statement. Is this
Okay.
about the decks or about
Yeah,
WWE?
sorry, is that about Titan hatred? Is that about Mumble over Explorer? Or is that about Dave Batista?
Yeah.
Because we were correct on all of those.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, back in the game, we've got
David spent his time and energy on removal spells and Goblin Bombardment and this I can't believe this. And Ragavan doing his best, exiled specifically and importantly
the Hanwar Battlements.
Hanwar Battlements
Yeah,
from
that's
Isaac's
huge.
deck. But with these amulet kills, Titan players just sometimes don't care.
We
he has triple amulet in
we
play
have
right
triple amulet.
So David, I think, knows he's dead. Isaac needs to figure out how. And Isaac is a green Senzianth. So thank you all so much for coming. This match is over. That's 7 mana. Green Senzianths for 6. Here comes the Titan. Isaac's just going to figure it out. Okay, Epic Dredge, I will say.
I love the Undertaker.
Undertaker's great.
Who doesn't love the Undertaker?
And John Cena, I say, is a better actor than he was ever a wrestler. And with that being said, it's time for you all to watch Isaac kill David.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You want to try? Go ahead.
No, I don't.
Take it away. Take it away.
I don't want to try. I'm saying. Okay. So we got this Lotus Field coming into play. We sacked a Mirror Pool.
Yeah. So far right now, Isaac has Commercial District Lotus Field and is copying this Primeval Titan. Very soon, as soon as Isaac wants, grabbing the Shifting Woodland to become the Aftermath Analyst who has died, because Isaac has this Commercial District, every time Isaac goes through a loop, it can allow him to surveil one, to slowly put the cards in his deck into his graveyard to gain access to the lands he doesn't have access to just yet.
But without the Hanwar Battlements, what are we doing?
Oh, we don't need haste here. So Isaac is going to use this Echoing Deeps to make another copy of Primetime. We're up to 2 copies now. Isaac is going to institute either the Dryad Valakut kill or the Nadu lines of Beseju Odawara you out of the game.
Okay, very good.
So both of these are options. Everyone, sit back, think about how much you love David Batista, and see how Isaac's going to complete this kill.
You know who's a great wrestler? No one talks about it anymore.
Randy Orton?
Yokozuna.
Okay. Can I shout out Rey Mysterio?
Oh, Rey Mysterio's good too.
Who still wrestles, I'm pretty sure. Which is wild. Some of these people's bodies are broken. RKO. So who's put Hornswoggle in the chat? Ban the energy store from the chat. Isaac here grabbing T West for your Summoner's Pact, which is going to get the Dryad. This is also the easiest to explain kill to someone.
Oh, right, yeah.
Of like, hey, here's a Dryad. Here's a
Dryad.
Lumra. This is going to give me all my lands. And then as we start rinsing and repeating, you're going to die to the Valakutting. Ooh, read Lumra. I love the big bear. Oh. Edge.
Actually, this is not a WWE wrestler, but I think my favorite wrestler of all time might be Kid Bandit.
Well, mine is Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre, yeah.
We've got Lumra, looks like about to resolve. Important part of this is going to mill over the 4 cards here for Isaac. Count it. What? Here we go. What are you? 1. And importantly, Lumra is a 0/0, so Lumra dies.
Loomer dies. All these come back into play. There's a Valakut among them.
There it is. David gets it.
Kablanc.
Kablanc. Kablooski. Because also the Echoing Deep comes back, which can make you more Titans. Eventually, Isaac can just find the Shifting Woodland, have access to
That turn 3.
Delirium? I think it was like 4 or 5. David had 4 lands there in play. We were talking so much about Dave Bautista. I lost track
Well,
of
no,
the
but
turn
it was
order.
wasn't he? Didn't he went turn 1 Saga, play
Yep.
play Amulet.
Yep, turn 3
2
kill.
play another Amulet. Turn 3 go get the other
Third
amulet, and then I make
Yes.
a bajillion mana.
To all the folks at home, if your opponent has 1 amulet in play, you're okay. They may take them a little bit of effort. They're going to do really good busted stuff. If your opponent has 2 amulets in play, you're dead. If your opponent has 3 amulets in play, you're dead.
You're dead.
So we're checking out Isaac's list here. We're going to talk about some of my favorite one-ofs in the sideboard
I'm
here.
sorry, Vampire's Vengeance.
Oh, man. We've got some of my favorite one-ofs here. We've got Insidious Fungus. Haywire Might Who? Give me the fungus instead.
What is Insidious Fungus?
Pay 2, sacrifice. Destroy an artifact, or destroy an enchantment, or explore.
Okay.
These cards are great. Collector Oof. Mox Opal Who? Get out of here. Kutzel. Malamet Exemplar. A.K.A. Grand Abolisher that you can Green Sun Zenith for. Roxanne. Time to put on the red light, okay? A.K.A. Green Sun Zenithable target that kills Harbinger and or Magus of the Moon.
Oh, she makes meteors.
She makes meteors.
Yep, okay.
And then those meteors, even if you're somehow still locked under having on access to colors, are super treasures. Alongside cards like Dismember, Vampire's Vengeance, Force of Vigor, Vexing Bauble, Defense Grid, and then some of these utility lands in Bajuka Bog and Beseiju. You're playing against Boros Energy. You saw the Boros lands, you saw Ragavan. You know what's up. But here, this Boros Energy deck, let's also look at some of the spice that David's brought. Before you even look at the sideboard, might interest you in the perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
The perfect shot.
Oh, that is a Splinter Twin situation.
So David is a big fan of Mayhem Devil. He played kind of like a Rakdos sacrifice version of Scam when he was kind of being like, I don't want to be the baddest guy. So then played Scam with Bombardment and so forth in it. Found out that there's this version of Boros Energy that has the Bombardment plan, but allows the perfect shot that has the ability of pay X. Then when you deal damage, it deals X, I believe, additional. So all of your bombardments become bolts are bigger over and over and over and over again. Sideboard cards, Strict Proctor was destroying some players out there earlier today. Going to be very good here against Titan. Sun Cleanser, Wear Tear, Deafening Silence, Soul Guide Lantern. We love a 3/3/3/3/3. David's going to be on the hunt here for these Strict Proctors, and I would recommend 1 or 2 Soul Guide Lanterns, but don't be afraid to sacrifice them for cards when Isaac's not going for the graveyard kill.
Right. And we also have Blood Moons in the main deck, which I think we're really interested in trying to find.
And Isaac did bring in those Vampire's Vengeance. You're talking about, this is one of the cards that are here specifically for beating up on Boros, right? Because it's an instant speed Pyroclasm effect that makes a blood. So if you think about all of those pieces together, that allows your Boros Energy opponent to, like, here's the turn 2 Storm Proctor. It allows your Boros Energy opponent to maybe dedicate some of their energy, resolve an Ocelot Pride trigger, and then as late as you possibly can, then sweep everything up. So that's why they're leaning on this instant speed version. And also with the deck being so graveyard focused for parts of its combo, having the blood is not insignificant, and this deck draws a lot of lands. So sometimes it helps to just rummage something away to get actual action. In this Strict Proctor, Isaac's going to most likely spend a lot of this game figuring out if they can or cannot play around the Proctor, and then bring in Dismembers in game 3.
Yeah, because we're not putting the Analyst into play.
No.
We fetched another basic plans. Are we about to Blood Moon here?
David.
Oh,
David.
No. That's...
Isaac?
Isaac, I don't think... You're not long for this game.
So, also, speaking of Isaac, in his sideboard, he had 2 lands. So some players will have 2, 3, 4.
That's a Beseiju.
Yeah.
Still loses his Saga, which...
Not great. And ramps your Boros Energy opponent. But Isaac did have 2 lands in his sideboard, an additional Beseju and a Bajuka Bog, both of which I would bring in against my Boros Energy opponent.
Oh, and even gets to insult to injury, gets to use the extra mana
to play out a Guide of
to
Souls.
play out a Guide of Souls.
But the Proctor already is flying, so it doesn't even need it. But
That's
this
true.
is the part that concerns me about David's build here, is he's going to have to pay 2 to ever trigger this Guide. He's going to have to pay 2 to trigger any of his Ajani's. But on
I'd
the
pay
flip
4
side,
mana for the Ajani.
the flip side is I've heard that David's been out here scamming in some Flages, as you don't have to sacrifice them with Strict Proctor in play. You choose not to pay the 2.
Now here's an interesting play. You have these Galvan. Oh, never mind.
The Den.
The Den of the Bugbear is online. So I was thinking, was there a line where you cast your Galvanic Discharge, target your own guy, get 3 energy, don't spend it, and then pump your guy, right?
To get flying, yeah. Isaac's got questions. Because I just want to find out about what happens with this Urza Saga.
Oh.
The part that I didn't realize, though, is David's bringing Strict Proctors here. Magic players have put Strict Proctor and Lotus Field in their own decks to combo.
Right.
But also, if Isaac plays one of his Lotus Fields, he can benefit from the sideboard card brought in by David.
Right.
But Isaac, you can see, kind of trying to put together maybe a Dryad Valakut kill here.
Also, Bounce Land comes in, and it stays in.
Stays there. The thing is if Isaac puts together this attempt at a Valakut kill, he will still have to pay the 2 to try to bolt down the Proctor.
Yeah.
Oh, boyo. Well.
So now we've got a Ragavan. We've got 2 Galvanic Discharges.
Oh, for David here? Yeah. You got to take down this Dryad, because it's one of the routes to Isaac killing your Strict Proctor.
Yep. So we probably just Galvanic Discharge, I'll get 3 energy.
And folks, this is the way things are going to happen a lot for these super dedicated decks like an Amulet Titan. Ran away with game number 1, uninteracted. Nothing to be said from David.
And we're dashing the Ragavan.
Oh, dashing through the snow?
Oh, he should have
paid 2 for the
surveil.
Thank you, Slick Big Daddy. He should have, in fact, paid the 2 to surveil. David also did try to trigger his own Guide of Souls, so he is getting used to having Strict Proctors in play. So we will remind him between games, as that would be a detrimental, but thank you for letting us know. And Isaac, getting this Urza Saga, taking it up a little. But
yeah, we're starting to make blockers.
Oh, this Crumbling Vestige will not make mana when it enters.
It will eventually when it untaps.
Right, yeah, but it will most likely have its ETB declined. Here's the Beseju, so 1 already used this game, but Isaac finding another, playing it as a land.
Oh, this Vampire's Vengeance.
It's going to eat up everything but the Proctor.
It could even eat at this Den of the Bugbear, which would be pretty...
Oh, the Den's a 3/2, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, munch. And it's going to eat that. And it's going to eat... You see why the Vengeance?
Vengeance is looking pretty good. I see what you're saying.
Instant speed, just... You could also just, like, wait, let your opponent move through their second main phase, take a couple more damage, but eat more stuff. He goes, yeah, you can have that Goblin. Skabang, Skablooski. Here we go. Pew, 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 pew.
So
there's Charmander.
we get a blood token. We destroy most of our opponent's permanents.
Yeah, sorry, David. Whoop, not the Proctor. Isn't that a 1/3?
I think Proctor's a 1/3, yeah. Right?
All right. We're checking. This is really important. We're checking. We're going.
Yep. Oh, no, they figured it out. They got it. All right. So Proctor is alive. We have a construct token. Ragavan is in play. I don't believe that the energy player has any cards left in their hand.
Oh, David.
David has no cards left. So
Well. 2 constructs.
then they're 3/3s because there's a blood.
Oh. Another benefit to the Vampire's Vengeance. Now they're 4/4s.
Now they're 4/4s.
So Isaac truly, I think, is going to fight through Blood Moon and Strict Proctor and just play the normal I have good cards in my deck game. As Otawara.
There's no justice in this world.
Isaac has Otawara.
Otawara's good here.
If Isaac, once Isaac re-untaps with the Simic Growth Chamber, could bounce the Proctor and then re-access all of the mana for a turn.
That would be pretty sweet.
Ooh.
So we jumped with our Ragavan?
Yep. Ragavan chumped the 4/4.
At 14? Yeah, and we get another Saga because the plan is to...
Yeah, Isaac has a new plan.
New plan is just beat down. Just attack with constructs.
David, was the card you drew Meltdown?
I don't think David has Meltdown in the deck.
Well, that doesn't bode well. Was it Wear Tear? I would love to eat a construct and a Saga.
That would be sweet.
Would be sweet. Wear Tear is one of my favorite answers to Saga because it helps clean up some of the pieces it brought with it. Discharge.
Galvanic Discharge. Yeah, deals pretty cleanly with that.
Sounds good to me. Has to pay 3.
Has to pay the 3 energy.
Up to 5.
We're going to pay 4 energy just in case.
Isaac, Kind Soul. I think clarifying that it's a 3/3 currently.
Yep.
Dead. Boop. Well, Isaac is down to 6.
Isaac is down to 6.
Okay. Color me intrigued. Man, we're not even going to get to see David play the perfect shot.
That'd be sweet, though.
It's not Tor Joaquin, but it's one of their family members. It's a different Joaquin and not Phoenix.
Right. Not Phoenix.
Not
We have
Phoenix.
another Beseiju in play.
Okay, Isaac. It is pretty good to draw your Besejus. The fact that they made lands as spells, come on. Who's did this?
So play a Beseiju.
A little bit of that Mox Opal trick there.
Yep. Make construct. Still have 4 mana, including a blue for your Otawara. So end of the turn here. Free up all your mana, or free up your Proctor.
You gonna pay the 2 for that?
I would probably pay the 2 for
You
that.
gonna pay the 2 for that?
With all your mana? I would, yeah.
Yeah. But Isaac now policing the Strict Proctor. Okay. Well, look at that cat token.
It's a great cat token. That's got to be his real cat, right?
Yeah. I believe there are multiple folks that have made cat tokens with their actual cats. It's cute.
It's very cute. Oh, we can bounce it in combat because not afraid of having it replayed.
Not even a little afraid. Because David paid for his own Proctor trigger, which ended up being the Proctor's downfall. And now Isaac goes,
I think
I think you're dead.
Certainly could be dead here. We have a hand or battlements, which...
Isaac just has Analyst plus Activate.
Well, so you get a bunch of lands, but then what?
The Dryad's in there. Can we get a hold of the Dryad somehow?
Is that... I mean, what if we just make a construct token and give it haste?
Just kidding. Sacrifice a blood. Discard the battlement because it's going to come back to the
Oh, we
Analyst.
drew Lumra.
Oh, okay. That's a good card to give haste. That's a really good
That's
card.
a pretty good card to give
And
haste.
you saw Isaac's little eyebrow raise when that Lumra came off the top. Because now, find an amulet. And
a lot of the cards in the graveyard don't even come into play tapped in the first place, though.
This is true, but they do from Lumra's ability.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, they sure do. That's the thing that's wild, right? Is it's a stopgate on cards like Lumra and Aftermath Analyst that the lands enter tapped, which plays into Amulet's plan.
It just makes it better, yeah.
Yeah. But Wizards has to make sure that they don't, break standard with a Lumra or an Aftermath Analyst. And here she comes. Which one? Which one, Isaac? I think you want the big bear.
The bear, right?
It's going to be huge.
Rawr.
Now, you would think big green creature, right? Vigilance Reach. No trample. There's the fungus. There's the Urza's Cave and an amulet.
So
and here they come.
Saga, Battlement, Saga,
Otawara,
Otawara.
Beseiju. Legend Rule goes right back into the yard.
3 Sagas, 2 Beseijus, 2 Beseijus down.
Oh, Isaac smartly sacrificing the tapped Beseiju, keeping one of the untapped ones.
Makes
so
sense.
smart, Isaac. So smart, so handsome. Isaac announcing the stacking of his triggers. All those gaining their counter. But now Isaac has Urza's Cave. you can pay 3 mana, tap that, search for a land, put into play tapped. Oh no, untaps the amulet.
Yep.
This one's an MH3. They knew what they were doing. Okay, well, there's this cave. You knew this was here. So now what, Isaac? The world's your oyster. You know your opponent's hand is the Strict Proctor.
So we're starting 2 mana. Oh, we can. Oh, we don't. We don't have enough green mana to play the analyst and activate it.
Can't play crack. Okay.
So we'll buy. We'll
With
buy
spelunking, green Sun
green
Zenith.
Sun Zenith, but we're out of green mana.
Out of green
still.
mana. So silly. I guess we'll just give this Lumra haste.
We just give Lumra haste attack.
Because it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's an 11, 11 vigilance reach haste. So you can rumble for 11 and then have a blocker. I don't think care even a little if the Ajani flips from this.
Do you care a little? You're at 6?
Oh. Well, they have no red permanents or other permanents.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
I don't know. Maybe it might be greedy. Isaac's a thinking, trying to put the puzzle together.
I don't think so. I wonder if Isaac must be working through whether or not it's possible to win this turn.
Yes.
And I don't know that it is possible to win this turn.
Haste the bear.
Yeah, haste the bear.
And the constructs are huge, right? These are 3/3s. They're 3/3s.
They're 3/3s.
They're 3/3s.
One of the constructs doesn't have haste. Does Loomer have haste naturally?
Loomer does not have haste naturally.
Then one of the constructs shouldn't be attacking. Oh, never mind. This is a third thing is what I was thinking.
No, you're correct. This is the turn that the Saga found the amulet.
Right, but he already had 2 constructs because he
okay.
made one at the end of last turn.
Correct.
I had forgotten.
Okay, great.
So red permanent.
How good was the top card, David? Oh, a second Proctor, huh?
A second Proctor.
You're dead, dude. You're dead. You're
yeah.
dead. No, wait, well, the Ajani makes a blocker. I mean, these Proctors block the constructs.
They do. So we have 2
But
Proctors and another blocker from the Ajani.
Isaac, though, is going to gain access to green mana and has a green Sun Zenith in hand.
Right.
So that
and
green...
can pay for the Proctor tax.
Yes.
Also, could just make a bunch of constructs. Actually, so David's at 5.
David's at 5.
Make a construct, give it haste.
Make construct, give it haste. It would be a 4/4.
Then make another. So make 2 constructs, give 1 haste, swing.
They'd be 5/5s.
Dead.
So then you would attack with 3 5/5s and a big.
Yep.
3 of them get blocked and 5 gets through.
Yep.
Look at that.
There it is. You can
There it
do
is.
you can do something fancy if you want.
Yeah, how fancy do you want to get, Isaac?
But I think just make 2 constructs and give 1 haste will do the trick.
I've had these experiences recently playing RCQs of like looking at my hand and going, I can take a bunch of game actions, but you're at 6, right? I have 6 power in play. I'm going to bounce your thing and attack. And it's like, right, you don't need to do all the fancy things if they're just dead.
Yeah.
But that's not going to stop a Titan player. So
No, the goal here is you can do something much more, I don't know, fun. You can take more game actions.
Superfluous.
But there is a path to victory that does not require you to even cast the spells in your hand.
Correct.
Titan is never thinking about attacking, but they could be thinking about attacking.
Yeah. Here we go. Game actions.
Yep. Game actions.
Lock in.
Okay. Yep. Go get. Also, you know what? Go get Titan. Give Titan haste. That also is a winning line.
Yeah.
Without doing anything else.
Yeah. That one does have trample.
That one is trample.
Colossal Dreadmaw.
Okay, we did
there's
it.
the 2.
Okay.
Here they come. All right, not as fancy as we thought. The contracts are only 3/3s. But there's trample on the Titan.
Yeah,
and everybody, thank you so much for joining us. That was Amulet Titan, a tried and true strat around these parts. I think our Titan decks collectively coming into this round was like 2-1, 3-1, 3-0. Like the Titan players are out there and they are hungry. With that being said, David, thank you so much for battling here with this slightly cool take on Boros Energy with kind of the bombardment and the perfect shot package. I think you should lean in. So, David, if you're watching, if you're still watching, lean in. I think it'd be cool. I think the folks around here would love to see it. And, I don't know, splash some black. Play Mayhem Devil. Who cares? It's modern, baby. Before we go, remember that if you want to pick up any of these beautiful, wonderful Magic cards, maybe it's Wizards Retorts, maybe it's Snapcaster, I heard that card's back, you can buy them at nerdragegaming.com. Remember, the longer that you keep your account and make purchases from Nerd Rage Gaming, you get a little kickback, a little bit of store credit. The more you buy, the more you can get back. In addition, beautiful, wonderful wish list function. So there's a card that you're looking for, specific art, specific card, whatever it could be. You can put on your wish list and know immediately when that card is released at the Nerd Rage Gaming store, and you can purchase it. You can even purchase it for pickup at the upcoming NRG events. So that's part that can be super helpful, and the events are these ones. Remember, in February, we're going to be here in the Chicagoland area. The Saturday Showdown is Modern, the tried and true format of the people. But Sunday, get your teammates, get your homies, come on out to battle for Standard, Modern, and Legacy. I know that I'll be there out in the streets. Look forward to seeing you players there as well. In March, we're heading on up to Madison for Showdown Trial Weekend. May, back here in the Chicagoland again for that Saturday-Sunday Showdown Trial combo. And then in June, the capstone for this first half of the 2025 season will be in Indianapolis for a double Showdown weekend with the team event that, not joking,
is Final Fantasy sealed.
Final Fantasy sealed on that team event. If you're looking for teammates but you don't quite have them, or you just want to talk Magic, you can stop by the Discords. There's one for the Nerd Rage Gaming home store, and there is one for the NRG series. So if you're looking to communicate with the players that play around here, play local, you're welcome to do so. But also if you want to chat with fellow series players, there's a Discord for that as well. Please come on by. There's sick emojis that are both of me and making fun of me. So please come on by and use them. We would really appreciate it. With that being said, folks, thank you so much for joining us for our weekly Modern here from Magical Christmas Land, a.k.a. Buffalo Grove, Illinois at the Nerd Rage Gaming home store. I've been Dom Stryker. That's been May.
That's me.
And thank you all so much. We will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
If you've never been to an NRG before and you're maybe a little intimidated about the main event, I highly recommend coming and checking out the side events. They've got so many awesome side events, and it's a great way to sort of dip your toes in and get a feel for the experience.
Side events are actually, I don't know, maybe a misnomer. They're not really side events. They're still just as competitive as the main event. It's a really great way to boost up your own skill.
They're my favorite part. Friendly, it's a great starting point. The judges who run them are fantastic. Just playing with the convention boosters every time is just so much fun. Like years after they stopped printing them, it made the weekend so much better.
You start running into regular players, they can walk you through the process, start helping you get more comfortable, not just with the event, but with the people at the event.
No matter win or lose, it's a good time.
It's just a great way to hang out with people. You can watch games between rounds and just have a great time.
The NRG series is coming to a Midwest city near you.